Hello and welcome back to the 4-0 Up podcast. We're back for year 3 after our annual summer break. We're back and hopefully better than ever. This should be the last year of the podcast, as once uni finishes, this podcast will finish with us because we live in all different parts of the country and all over the UK, and we're not going to meet up.
We're not that
Me and
hard.
Mason might move in together.
Really?
Mason might move in together.
No, really?
No.
Yeah. Started the 2-0 Up
I was gonna
podcast. Right, but a lot has happened since the last time we recorded. I think it was May was our last episode. Well, knowing Mason, it could have been March, to be honest.
Honestly,
Yeah.
I think we did record when it never went out.
Yeah, we did actually, but it doesn't matter. But
well.
since May and since the last time we recorded, a lot has happened. An entire transfer window, an entire new season started, and since then, one team has left. One team has left the Premier League. One team stayed up with the skin of their teeth. A couple of other teams started playing Champions League football, and we're going to talk about it. So what we're going to do is we're individually going to talk about how our clubs spent and got rid of in the summer and how they've started the season, and then we're going to go on and talk about the signings of the summer throughout the entire Premier League and just talk about the Premier League as a whole. Who started well, who started badly, why have they started well, why have they started badly.
Been an entertaining start.
It should be, yeah, it has been, and this should be a good podcast. Sorry for if you can hear a little bit of a sandy noise in the background. There's a bit of a technical issue. Hopefully it isn't there next week, but we only have 7
Yeah,
listeners.
some new waterfalls have been installed at YouTube.
Yeah, so
Instead of a new podcast room, we've got a waterfall.
yeah,
behind
you could
us,
listen to this as you
so
go to bed. You know, I heard listening to
That's what you should put on the green
waterfalls
screen. A
is-
waterfall.
Yeah,
Sorted.
yeah, exactly.
Sorted.
So if there's a
Sorted.
waterfall in the background, Mason's
If I
listening to this.
figured it out, it's on there.
If not, then
Don't be surprised.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Don't have any high
Don't
expectations in this
complain.
podcast. Yeah, you don't anyway. But we are going to start
Don't care.
with Mason because your team got
Yeah.
relegated last season.
We did.
And you're now playing in the Championship. You started well, so tell us about Leicester, who they've signed and how they've started.
Well, we'll start with the outgoings first.
All right.
Only
Okay.
2 high-profile ones. We scammed Newcastle some money because
Okay.
he's injury prone. He's good,
Yeah.
but I don't know if
I think what
it
we
was the
paid
right
for
time.
him is,
Yeah,
what we paid for him is probably what you have to pay nowadays.
yeah, you
We're
do
never
have to
gonna
pay
get
because
him
he's young and
cheaper.
English. But it's when you had Gordon and
Yeah, but
yeah,
yeah,
but-
no, yeah.
then obviously Madison went as well. So we made a combined around about 80 million.
There was another big outgoing. It was might not be. Tielemans?
He
Oh,
was,
yeah,
he,
but
he
the-
was out of contract anyway, so he was always
He's gone now.
And
And
yeah,
did
they
you not-
knew he was going.
he's already
though.
fell out of Emery. And
He was
wants to
going
quit
before,
Villa.
like
He knew
being
Madison was
relegated.
going as well.
Did you
though.
not lose a certain Mr.
Well-
Evans as well on a free
Oh,
transfer?
that-
Hey.
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
there's plenty of
How
people
long
that
did that
aren't
take?
very happy about that as well.
Exactly,
They-
yeah.
They fell out of Evans big time, mainly because he was the captain. Didn't say
Fell out with
anything.
Evans because the club wouldn't give him a
Well-
new contract.
No, so he did get off one eventually, but he
Yeah, but
left
that-
without saying anything about relegation or anything.
So
Yeah.
What do you
It's
want?
a tough one.
What do you
I'm
want?
not really,
It's
but
too high
I'm not
profile.
arsed.
It's
What
too
do you
high
want?
I'm not
profile.
bothered.
He
That's
can't
what-
keep
that's
you
what
up
happens to
now.
world-class talent
Yeah.
in Championship
I'm not
level
bothered
sport.
anyway, but
Yeah.
yeah, it is what it is. But yeah, so we made about a combined 80 million, got rid of some wages like Tielemans and
Yeah,
stuff like that.
I think
so.
it's a bit cheeky what you were like demanding so much, and you went down. You were like, yeah. How much was it for Harvey Barnes? 40.
And you got 40
Yeah.
from Madison as well.
Yeah.
40
Got
from
45
Madison is
Madison.
fair.
What if
Yeah, but
Madison's
his contract was
ridiculous?
running down a
It should
bit.
be more than that.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Oh,
I
if we
think
stayed
so. I
up,
think
it'd
40
been
from Madison is a
60
His
really good
contract,
deal.
though. It was his contract. I think he
Yeah.
was out.
His contract and the fact he got relegated. If Leicester stayed up, Leicester
Yeah,
easily get 50
he only had a
million
year
for
left
him.
on his
Easily,
contract.
Good
yeah.
stop him for Harvey Barnes though. I think it must be the most amount of money any championship side's ever brought in. Of two.
Well,
Of
Southampton,
me at all
Southampton
outgoings,
made
yeah.
more money
Yeah.
this transfer. No,
no, but of two sales.
yeah, of 2 sales, yeah, definitely, 100%. And then obviously that gave us the freedom, which I think we had anyway, because there was less FFP issues this year.
Mhm.
You got parachute payments.
Yeah, your
which-
parachute payments helped you out
I'd-
massively with FFP and the
Yeah,
massive
they will have
outgoings.
just 'cause it's income and it goes against
Yeah.
FFP. But and we probably would have done a similar thing without them, I think, anyway, just because we were clear about FFP. that
You
held
haven't
us
spent
back.
massively anyway.
No, we've not. We've spent wisely, I think.
Yeah.
But it's
Very
more. We've spent more money on the wages to keep some players rather than having to offload them players.
Yeah, and I've been impressed with some players that maybe last year weren't doing it for you, probably weren't good
Yeah.
enough to
There's
play
a
in the
lot.
Premier League. They've been
100%,
really
and
good.
there is,
One
yeah.
of them being Yannick Vestergaard.
And Didi as well.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's been the manager showed quite a lot of faith in Vestergaard because
Mhm.
it weren't just Rodgers that weren't impressed with him. It was 32,000 people in the stand every week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really didn't get along with it, especially with obviously him and Bertrand being bought in by Rodgers
Mm-hmm.
because they were his
Bertrand.
mates. Well,
One
they both
Won
came
the
because
Champions
they
League in
were
his debut.
they both came in because they were Rodgers' mates really, and he put them
Yeah.
on high wages
Yeah.
just to help them out.
Good lad.
Yeah. Respect,
Yeah, I
respect,
was-
Brendan. Yeah, respect.
Brendan.
But yeah, so he's obviously made a turnaround, a massive one.
Yeah. Well, the level's dropped off considerably, and you're
100%,
playing a style of football where
yeah.
you're controlling the ball. Someone like Yannick Vestergaard is going to get lots of the ball. He's going to get a lot of time on it, so he's going to look a lot
He gets
better.
so much like nobody presses us.
Yeah,
Already decided that'd just be a waste of time.
nobody presses us or
We
presses you because
We went 1-0 up against Bristol City and they continued to time waste.
Yeah.
They just went to protect the goal difference in the end.
Yeah.
They weren't bothered about trying to nick a point or anything.
What have you made of Enzo so far? Do you like him?
It's exciting.
Yeah.
Definitely, it's a different way of playing football. It's exciting, but
Is it sustainable?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We
You think
went
you can replicate that in the Premier League?
We
What
went
do
to
you think?
Anfield at the Cup, didn't look out of place.
Yeah.
Played a second string 11.
I disagree.
That's
completely.
Vincent Kompany
I don't think so.
syndrome,
Yeah,
really.
that is.
I was just
that
about
Yeah,
to
is-
say,
it is,
I
and it might not
disagree
work. But we went
wholeheartedly.
we went to Anfield with our
And you got
second
battered.
11. We lost 3-1.
It should have been more, lad.
Who did they play?
We should have
boys?
scored.
Ben Doak.
Who did Liverpool play?
Though
Did Salah play?
No.
no.
Doak played right wing.
If
Did
you
Luis Diaz
play
play?
that system in the Prem, you'll get relegated.
No,
again.
yeah, this is the thing. You can't be naive. I think
Gakpo and Jota.
Burnley have been massively naive and they're paying the price for it. They've conceded on the second most
Yeah.
goals. If you take
But
Sheffield
I-
United's 8 away, I think they've conceded the most goals in
When
the
we
Premier League.
when we come
Probably.
up, we've got a lot more quality and talent than what Burnley have now.
Yeah, but that football's so
play
risky. There's I don't think you're really valuing the difference between the Championship and the Premier
You
League.
have to
I'm
just-
not. I'm not
you
saying.
cannot. That football cannot be played in the Premier
It
League.
can't.
You can't come
With-
up in the Premier League and expect to play that football.
But we
no.
will
No.
do it. We'll
you
do
have
it.
to. You have to make
You
adjustments.
Yeah,
do
but
it,
it
it'll come
won't-
straight down.
Yeah, you do.
We
You
won't.
do. You concede it
Well,
again
how many teams
every
have
game.
changed state like Fulham had to do it? Fulham were wiping
Burnley will
teams
do
in
it
the
too.
Championship.
Burnley
Yeah.
will
The
have to do
first
it.
season Fulham were back up. They sat back and soaked it up and scored on the counter.
Yeah,
Well,
Marco Silva.
we-
That's how you do it.
yeah.
You give them
If he was ever
adjustment.
gonna
Marco
do
Silva
that, he
just
wouldn't have
did
played
prove
that
why he's a
way
good manager
at Liverpool in the Cup.
and succeeded. What?
If we were gonna,
Well, no, because you're.
But you're not going
during
to just
your
change for a
season-
one-off game.
Yeah.
Well,
What
but-
I'm saying is, in the summer, Enzo's got to sit down with the Leicester board and go, look, this football, we cannot go and do this. Oh, look at what's
You can
happening to
tweak
Burnley.
it.
It'll happen to us. You've got to tweak it. I'm not saying you can't play this possession-based attacking football
You
that
won't get that talent
is
as well.
it's
No, you
enjoyable
won't.
to watch. It won't be possible in the Premier League. You know the way you're saying now that Yannick Vestergaard is being impressed. He's going to be hounded in the Premier League.
yeah. But when we did play at Liverpool, I'm not saying you lot are completely wrong. I'm not.
Mhm.
I understand what you're saying. But when we did it at Liverpool, we had no time on the ball. They pressed us. Obviously, we're playing at Anfield.
Did you win?
No, we didn't win. No, we didn't win because.
Football's
Like,
results
yeah,
business,
I know that.
I'm not trying
No,
to be
but-
facetious.
but
But when
Mason-
you've got Szoboszlai who can hit absolute rockets from 45 yards and they're going off the bar, then you say fair
But
enough.
You've also got Barry Bannon in the Championship who could do that as well, mate. So what's your point?
Yeah, but you can't.
Oh, Barry Bannon.
Such a
Did you
player.
like it?
Probably.
I don't know.
What
They
we're
don't-
saying
they
though
don't
is
really
you're-
Scored a
score. They
screamer
don't
already
really
this
win.
season, yeah. Anyway, go
But
on.
yeah, so
Besides the point.
when we played it, we didn't get caught out. Yeah, they
Well,
tackled
you
us a
must
few
have got caught
times.
out because you lost.
Yes, but we're not being caught out in our own
You can't win
defensive
a floor.
third.
You can't lose a floor.
No, I know what you're saying. I know what you're saying. However,
We're not,
I
flawless,
wouldn't.
lost
we didn't
4-0.
lose the ball there. The difference was we're playing with there's less quality in the attacking third. That was the only reason we didn't win that game.
No, but hold on.
That's a
Hold
horrific
on,
opinion.
Mason. I'm not saying that. Like, I wouldn't use
Well,
that
no.
one game against Liverpool to say, look, we didn't get caught out too badly in our final third. The football still looked okay. We can play that in the Premier League because that's a one-off game against a weakened Liverpool side. Burnley looked really good against us when we played them up in Burnley.
Yeah.
I've forgotten the name of the stadium now.
Turf Moor.
Turf Moor. Yeah. When we played them at Turf Moor, they looked excellent. The next week they got pumped 4-0 or something like that. They got
Yeah.
absolutely battered.
Yeah.
That one result you can't look at one result against a weakened
Their
Liverpool
home
team.
form is what's going to save them. They went 1-0 up against Chelsea. In those situations, you shut up shop. You
Yeah.
make sure you get at least a point.
Exactly.
They
You
lost
can't be naive.
4-1.
I
You
think
can't
Vincent
do
Company
that.
is being really naive. I think he's shown his immaturity in management. a
And the
little bit.
signings they made as well were just weird
Yeah.
as anything.
They
Yeah.
made some
So-
decent
I know, I know.
signings. They made some
I
decent
Yeah,
signings.
it was a
Did. I
weak
couldn't name
Liverpool
you
team.
one.
Yeah,
But it was also a massively weak and Leicester side.
Yeah.
No, but
It was our second 11.
you said you didn't win that game because you didn't have attacking quality. You could say, well, you didn't win that game because you didn't have midfield quality and defensive quality.
And you might not,
quality.
and you
Where
might
does it
not have an
stop?
attacking
Like,
quality in the Premier League next year.
you-
Attacking quality in
yeah.
the Championship is different to
I
attacking
mean, none of
quality
us,
in the Premier League.
none of us know because we've got January and a whole summer transfer window as well. But
you'll
the
have
way
to
he's
do a
played,
lot,
the way he's played now, I just think he won't change it.
I think
Definitely
I think
for a
that's very
start.
naive, and
No,
I
Definitely
think
for a
he'll
start,
get
he won't.
punished. I think
He's signed
I think he'll get punished.
his two marquee signings that he said you have to sign, else I'm not coming to manage your football club, so he can play that way.
Jimmy Vardy
in
starts
the
every week, doesn't he?
Championship, though.
Not every week.
You
Not
won't
every
get
week.
Cassidy
Jim
next
and-
year.
Jimmy Vardy
we
won't
don't
start
want him. He's
consistently.
rubbish.
Who?
You know
Cassidy.
that Chelsea.
He's-
What's his
he's-
name? Cassidy, is it?
Cesar Cassidy.
Yeah,
He's
Cassidy.
playing in a
Yeah,
role
good.
that he's being outplayed
No.
by
Oh.
a defensive
I thought
midfielder.
He was
No, he's
terrible
not
for
good.
Reading
He's
last
not
year
good.
as well. He's
Oh.
not very good.
Yeah, Reading fans warned us, and
Who?
he's been the same. Cassidy. Reading.
He's our castle.
Is it Reading? Oh, I didn't know.
Yeah,
that.
he's
Terrible.
too slow on the ball, keeps the ball for
He's
too
not
long,
it.
don't
If he
release
couldn't
it.
Italian
Dilly-dallies.
football,
Yeah,
he's just
dilly
not.
dallies with it. He
He's
tries
not
to go
it.
past 3 before he passes it, sort of thing.
Decision making's not there
Yeah.
yet. Okay.
Well, he's being outplayed in an attacking position by Wilfred Ndidi, so.
Yeah.
Yeah, Diddy's playing.
Indeed, he's such
Yeah,
a
he's-
championship
yeah.
player, though, isn't he? He's such
Oh,
a
mate, he's
a
been-
championship
Yeah.
8. Just
But
Yeah.
yeah, so basically,
Exactly.
Before-
Wilfred Ndidi's not going to be a Premier League gate. This is what
No,
I'm
he's
saying.
not.
Yeah.
He's not.
So you've got to tweak it a little
well,
bit.
You have
the
to do it.
person
Yeah.
we wanted to play that position is currently still injured.
Mhm.
I think we wanted to give one of our youngsters, he's 19, 20, a season in the championship to
Which one?
Will Alves.
Oh yeah.
Oh, is that the one that got injured?
Yeah, the one that Wolves player just literally tried to kill him.
Oh,
Youth
so, yeah,
match,
so
yeah.
that's, yeah.
Yeah, that was bad. That.
But so that'd have been his position. I'd have thought.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, when he came in, he wanted Hermanson the keeper
Mm-hmm.
and Harry Winks, and he said, "If you sign them, I'll join you."
That
Basically,
might be the funniest conditions ever. I need Harry Winks to play my football.
well,
Yeah,
what
fair
he
enough,
wanted
it's
was
working. It's working.
I know, but it's just
he
funny.
wanted a keeper that can play with his feet and a defensive midfielder to link up the play. Really,
This is what I'm saying next year. Do you remember we were just saying about Harry Winks being a bog standard Premier League player but an excellent championship player? When you come up next year, he will become the bog standard midfielder. He won't be doing 90 out of 90. every
no,
week for
obviously
accuracy.
not.
Also,
Obviously
there's
not.
So,
Confidence
the-
and momentum
yeah.
as well. Like, you're beating these sides easily because they're crap. If you go up to the Premier, you'll lose 4-0, your heads will drop. You won't play that fluid football. It's just not how it works.
You're
You
beating
don't-
these teams because they fear you. They're not pressing you because they know you're unpressable.
big fish
In the
in
pre-
that
yeah,
league.
in the
The
Premier
only
League,
people
you
that
won't be
pressed us-
unpressable, and
the
no one
big
will
scout.
fear you.
Everyone
in
wants to beat
in the
you.
big team, people will run through you.
Everyone wants to beat you, but they're scared to because they know
Well,
if they
yeah,
try, they'll get battered.
Blackburn are the only one that tried it.
And they got battered.
Yeah, they lost 4-1. They tried to press us and
Because
lost 4-1.
because your team is way too good for that championship.
Yeah,
you're
100%,
playing good
I
football.
agree.
I'm not saying that the football you're playing at the minute isn't sustainable. I just think if you were to go to the Premier League next year and play it, what we're seeing with Burnley, we'll see next year again with Leicester. I just think you've been
the
naive
tactic-
events
the
to do
Yeah.
that
tactic-
again.
The tactic itself is a great tactic, and it can work, but you need the really good players to pull it off.
That's how big teams
for the
get in
level.
the championship straight away because they just come and play you off
Yeah, I know.
the
Yeah.
field.
And
But you can't
I'm
do it
not.
in a
I
Premier League.
don't disagree
That's why
with you
Norwich
or
are
agree.
elite
Right,
for
I've
so
got-
long.
I've got
I'm not
another-
saying I'm completely right and
Got-
that's how we should do, but that's how I think.
I've got another example, right?
That's what will happen.
When
Mm.
we went down, we had Rafa Benitez,
Yeah.
and he, like, when he first joined, played decent football. And we went down to the championship, beat every team, won the league.
Yeah.
It was sound.
Yeah.
Came up, Rafa went, right, if we do that, we'll come dead last, 0 points. So we literally set up shop, we put 10 men behind the ball, and we stayed up. I think you're going to have to, like...
That's exactly what Eddie
tweak
Howe
Yeah.
did initially as well.
Yeah, you have to.
Yeah.
You have to realise what you've got for the level you're in. Like, he can do realistically whatever he wants in the championship because your team is that good.
Yeah,
Like,
I
it'll
know,
beat
and I
any
agree.
team. When he goes to the Prem, the difference in class will be so big that it'll have to go right.
Yeah.
We're just going to have to take
We'll
our
see.
The
chances.
jumping
But-
quality is
Yeah,
ridiculous. The jumping quality is
it's so
absolutely
undervalued how
ridiculous.
massive
what-
it actually is.
Yeah, obviously, as I said, I don't agree. I disagree.
Yeah,
That's
no, I get,
just how-
I get your confidence.
That's
and I
how
get,
I see it happening.
But I can
That's
see
what I see happening.
because it's a long-term project, isn't it? He'll come
Yeah,
up.
it
I
is,
think you'll
it's-
tweak his tactic to be a bit more defensive, and then when he gets more better players and you stay up a couple of years in
Yeah.
a row, then you'll go back to that football you're playing in the championship or like a similar style.
Yeah.
And start playing expansive football and really battering teams. But when you first go up, it won't happen. and
I
it
can't
shouldn't
remember the
happen.
last championship team that came up playing really good football and continued to play really good football and stayed up. I can't remember.
Really
the last
good
one.
football.
Well,
I
I
think-
did a
Yeah,
little
really good.
writing piece the other day. There's only 2 teams in the last 10 years that have played their first season in the Prem and stayed in it.
Brentford.
Brentford and Brighton
Oh.
are the only 2 teams in the last 10 years that have
Really?
stayed up in their after. So they've come
Oh.
up for their first ever season in the Prem. and
Oh,
stayed
for
up.
their first ever year in the
Yeah.
Prem. Okay.
But
okay.
even
Yeah,
then,
yeah,
there's
I
not
was
many more.
confused what you
Yeah,
meant.
so was I. Yeah. I was
Except
like it,
obviously,
mate.
you've got Luton this season, but they won't stay up. You don't
well.
think.
If they do,
Yeah.
I'll be
Okay. Yeah. Anyway.
But yeah, there's not many teams that all do come up, stay up.
And Brentford were playing a style that suited the Premier League. It was going long to Tony.
Yeah.
It was playing wide. It was getting.
It was
It was
decent
playing
football,
direct.
though.
Yeah. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't bad, but it wasn't as control the ball.
No.
It was tweaked for the Premier League perfectly.
And Brighton played horrible football as well. 'cause
And
Yeah,
yeah,
it did.
under like Chris Hughton
And then
stuff
they're,
like that.
well,
yeah.
they're now trying to play that football, and they've gone for a bit of a rough patch this.
Well,
2
Brighton
weeks.
are a weird team. Like, they're excellent, but they have that off day where they get cut out. But it's still
horrible to have an FPL.
They've
because
just
you don't know
yeah,
if
they've
you-
Yeah.
just
Yeah, De Zerbi's trying to
stopped
be do his
defending at the
best
moment.
Pep impression.
Yeah.
But
He actually is, yeah.
yeah, but we're going to move on from Leicester. Is
Yeah.
that all you need to talk about? Any signings that you've made? Have been very impressed with.
One of them's Abdul Fatawu, so we've signed him on loan from Sporting. He's
Mhm.
19, winger. He's been exciting. He's
That's good.
fresh. He's not scared to attack people.
Yeah, that's good.
Fullbacks, 12 million buy
Ooh.
option. I mean, you'd
Fair play.
pretty stupid.
If you go
not
up
to
as
take
well,
it.
yeah.
Can't say I've heard of him. But fair
Yeah, you won't have, and I'm not expecting you to, but
It's good
from
though when
watching him,
that
he's
happens, yeah.
exciting, and it's
You sign someone that no one's heard
Yeah.
of and he turns out to be class.
Remember
Yeah.
the name. That's Will.
Fatal.
And obviously Mavididi the same on the other wing. So.
Yeah, Maverick.
Yeah, he looks
Yeah.
good.
He was always going to be good.
We
Oh
wasn't he?
yeah, he always was.
Yeah.
And, well, I mean,
No, he looks great, but
we signed Connor Cody. He's not done much.
because he get
Oh,
injured, yeah,
injured.
'cause
Yeah,
he
he got
straight
in-
away.
So basically, the
So
bloke that's never been
Cody.
injured came to our training ground, which is basically cursed at the moment and got injured. So
Fair enough.
Yeah.
other
But
than
anyway,
that-
right, we're going to move on from Conor Cody's old club, Everton. So tell us about your signings, your season so far. What have you made of it?
Been alright, yeah. It's been mixed, but I think just to start on how we've actually played in games, we've looked like we could come away with something in all of them apart from Villa where we got battered.
Yeah.
But, looking at stats and stuff, we've had more XG than City this
And
season.
Spurs.
And Spurs.
That is mad, isn't it?
Made loads
crazy.
of chances. It's a shame we had Neil Mopey up front for the first three, because if we didn't, we'd
I still can't believe you managed to
Top
get rid of
four.
him.
we'd be top four.
I still can't believe Brentford. It's all right. We'll save you.
Tell you what, mate, we've had a really good season of shifting.
Yeah.
Dead
Oh,
wood.
yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
are,
yeah.
We've
They
had a
have
really
done,
good
yeah.
couple of seasons actually shifting on dead wood. Everyone knows about the financial situation.
And I think even with the financial situation, the signings you've been making haven't been bad.
we've made smart signings.
Yeah,
mate.
you
We've
have done,
smart
yeah,
moves.
You've
definitely.
made the
Yeah.
right signings.
Yeah.
We have, yeah. And I'm pretty confident we'll stay up. We should really be.
No, you definitely will stay.
We should be
up.
about mid-table by now, really.
Yeah,
Some of the games we've
I
played.
think. You've obviously been playing well, but there's also the case of the three teams that came up might be the three worst
shocking,
we've
yeah.
seen
Yeah,
in a long
Yeah,
time.
I always said
Oh,
this.
yeah,
I
it's
remember when
horrible.
you really struggled at the start of the season. Remember you were bottom for the first 3 weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
I remember saying to myself because I was chatting to some people and they're like, "Oh, I think Everton will go down." I said, "There is no way
yeah,
Everton will
they
go down
will.
because
Oh, we were
there will
much better
always
results,
be
yeah.
three worst teams in Everton.
Yeah.
No matter how bad Everton get, there will Luton and Sheffield United will always be worse." And I always had Wolves as being really bad.
Yeah.
But
They're
they're
alright,
getting
though.
they're getting bailed out a little bit.
Bournemouth
by
is
some
on there
yeah
as
by
well.
some
But
individual
they'll
quality.
sat that Areola.
Which
Which is
There's
quite
probably
sad,
five
yeah.
teams
Which is
worse
quite
than us,
sad,
to be
yeah.
fair.
And Burnley are being, like we said,
Yeah,
extremely
battered.
naive.
Yeah.
So you will definitely stay up. I think
I'm
you'll.
not
I think you'll
I think
finish
you'll come
15th
14th.
above.
I think we'll
yeah,
finish about
15th.
14th.
100%.
And I'd be
You will.
buzzing with that, 'cause
I
it's
have
season
no
to
doubt
go
in my
now.
Because
mind.
Beto scored in the Prem yet?
No, but he
But he
doesn't
will.
start. He will, yeah, he will.
He will.
He'll come good. But to
And
be
you've got
fair,
Danjuma and
Beto
Garner, who's
being here.
quality.
Danjuma isn't even a consistent starter
No, he
really at
starts
the
on the
minute
bench,
either,
yeah.
yeah.
We've-
Which
we've-
is weird, but
we've got a good balance, mate. Harrison's looked really good. But, well, we'll
That
talk
goal
about
was
some of the signings.
ridiculous.
Yeah, Harrison's been really good. Not played loads, obviously.
So it's
Come
I
back
kind of
from
forgot you
injury.
signed him until he
It was
scored
his
the other
full
week.
debut.
Yeah.
I kind of forgot you signed him
Yeah.
until he scored the other week.
He
I was
put-
like, oh
yeah.
yeah, Jack Harrison.
He played in the cup against Villa, was really good. Was good against Bournemouth. Just looks tidy. We've got a
Yeah.
buy option as well.
It was
in.
such a
Yeah,
smart
that's
cheap
signing.
as well,
It was
relatively
such a smart
cheap.
And you're
signing.
probably hoping Leeds don't come back up. But I think even
Doesn't matter regardless.
Yeah,
It's up
even
to
if you
us.
do,
It's up
yeah.
to us.
Yeah,
It's
it's
up
up
to
to you.
choice.
I think he'd want to stay there as well.
I
wouldn't
think
he?
he'd rather stay at
Yeah.
Everton.
I think he would.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we got dogs abuse at Leeds, and we absolutely love him. He just, I
No,
don't know
yeah,
how to
he
explain it, but he
did. Turn
feels
up
like
to
an
our
Everton
training
player.
ground in January.
He
That's-
looks
Yeah, he
like
does.
one.
He
Sacked
does.
it off,
Yeah, he does.
labouring,
Yeah.
isn't he? Him and Dwight McNeil are the same
Yeah.
foot. Technical, but they'll work hard for you. He's a perfect Dyche winger.
He's real good energy.
Oh,
even at Leeds.
unbelievable energy, yeah.
When Leeds played under Bielsa in their first season in the
Oh,
Prem,
yeah.
that heavy metal football.
Yeah.
He
Oh,
he
definitely.
was
He's a worker. He's a grafter.
His
And,
energy that season was ridiculous.
You need that when
But
you're
he's also
quality
he's
as
also
well.
got that quality as well.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, his final ball is usually always
Set
really
pieces.
good.
Underrated technical ability. Yeah, set
Yeah.
pieces good as well. He's
His
got
ball
underrated
striking is
technical ability.
excellent.
Yes,
yeah,
it
his
is.
ball striking is really really
Quick.
good. He's always been a
cross
really
for a
good
ball.
ball striker.
Agile.
Yeah,
snippy.
Yeah.
he's just perfect for us. So that's nice. Just mentioned Beto. Can't get the team because Calvert-Lewin's come back. He's fit now. He's firing. Calvert-Lewin's been really, really good.
But it's about time you had some good
Yeah.
striker options
Yeah.
because for years it was Mopey was your starting striker option, and you were waiting for DCL to come back, and you were putting wingers up
injured
front,
again.
and yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. And was DCL come back for 3 games, maybe wouldn't hit it, and you get injured.
Yeah. The
And
funniest.
then you're just waiting and
It
waiting.
was
and waiting.
unfortunate this season to get injured. To be fair, people
No, you've
go,
got
"Oh, he's
to.
injured again," but he broke his orbital. bone,
Whenever I
so
think
it's
about
fault,
Calvert-Lewin
Yeah,
now,
the swelling was brutal. so-
whenever I think about Calvert-Lewin now, it's that edit you did when you lost to Luton, and he's just there hanging on to the post when you
Yeah.
lose 2-1. It's the
Yeah.
funniest thing ever.
Yeah, but I think as well, like, if you're thinking now, over the past years, the one time you want Calvert-Lewin to be injured, and no one ever wants a striker to be injured,
Of
would be
course
now,
not.
because
Yeah.
you've got a decent backup.
Oh, Beto's
Yeah.
rearing to go, mate. He
Yeah.
loves it here. He's,
And he looks really good. I
yeah.
think he probably like fits into the Premier League as well.
He's a handful. He's big. He bullies centre half.
Decently quick as well, deceptively
Yeah.
quite quick.
Oh,
yeah.
very quick. Yeah. He's
Yeah.
He looks a bit clumsy at times, but I think that's part and parcel. 'cause
His
he's
first touch
massive,
isn't
isn't he?
polished, yeah.
He's just he's giant. He's
Yeah,
6'4",
and he has
he's
to lift
massive.
those
It's
big
one of them that
legs
just
and
like
stuff too.
he's always on the floor as well. Like he'll just fall over or like.
Yeah,
be
he's a bit
bundled
he's a
over.
bit like Decore,
Yeah.
just clumsy, but he's useful for a Dyche sort of team. So
Yeah.
yeah, with
Really good at just taking into his chest,
Oh,
pinning,
yeah.
pinning
Bring him on.
someone.
brings up
and
plays
just
and
Defended a
look,
yeah.
1-0
Yeah.
lead, bring him on.
He's
lob
perfect
up
to
him.
come on against. Yeah, say we're away from home at Brentford, you're 1-0 up,
Mhm.
75th minute, just go and occupy the centre half. We'll do it.
Yeah.
Get you on the pitch.
Yeah, Pickford can hit it long.
Yeah.
So it's
Perfect,
Pickford
yeah.
to one of the corners, right? Over you go, Beto. Yeah.
I'll try to think of what other signs we've made. Not loads, obviously. Schmidt, a young lad, don't really count, does he? Ashley Young's been useful, versatile, experience, perfect for Dyche.
Can play both sides.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Branthwaite coming back from loan,
Oh,
not a signing, but he's
Feels
very
like
good.
feels like a signing, yeah, because
He'll
he
go
hadn't
somewhere good
played much.
eventually.
He's
He
a
scored
totally
against
different
Chelsea,
player.
didn't he, before he went on loan? Yeah, that's
special
what.
player, mate. Yes,
Yeah.
him and Tarkovsky got really
He
good
is
partnership.
excellent. Let me talk about Jared Branthwaite for a second.
Unbelievable.
He's so good.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's better than Stones was when he played for Everton, which sounds quite
Wow.
big.
Money can't buy you stones.
Stones obviously improved a lot at City, but in terms
Yeah.
of quality at Everton,
Mhm.
Branthwaite is supreme.
He is a full package. He's
Yeah.
excellent on the
Monster.
ball.
I've only
Yeah.
watched.
He's really good at.
I think I've only watched one Everton game this season. It was on the bus back from work, and you're playing Sheffield United.
I'm watching.
I've
I'm
watched-
watching Everton to watch him. I love him. I'll talk about this in a second. I've said it to you. I've said it in the group chat. And I was actually devastated when he signed a new deal because it's only going to make him more expensive. But I want him at Manchester
And you had
United
really
as a
good deal,
backup.
no release clause.
Yeah.
2027 with an option an extra year. To be
No
fair,
release.
No
Kevin
release
Felwell's
clause.
doing a good job. We're sorted now. We're getting there.
Yeah.
Next season won't be as many financial.
You're not going to get found guilty either, are you?
Nah. No, we're fine. We're
Be in the new
absolutely fine.
stadium.
Yeah, new stadium. Probably
Yeah.
I think next season or in New Year.
I think
or
it's
next
halfway
season.
through next year.
Yeah.
season,
A little bit like
Um,
the Spurs that year. Remember they started the season at
Stop at
Wembley and then
Wembley.
went
They were
to
at
Spurs
Wembley for
mid-season.
15 years, and then
Yeah.
just went.
Yeah, they went for ages, weren't they? But
That was really weird.
no,
They
we're
never
good.
sold it out once.
No.
Even
No,
though
they
Oh,
didn't.
well, it's a 90,000 seater stadium.
Yeah,
That is
yeah.
a big dome, that.
Yeah.
But they got
But
it.
they
'cause
sell
thought
out
they could
60
fill
at
it
the minute. They sell out 60 at the minute. To be
because
fair.
they're good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Remember we
It's
played
fair,
there.
it's just
No, it's
steady. We've been unlucky not to be
5-4.
high
Oh,
from
yeah.
where we are, but yeah.
I remember watching the game against Fulham when you had an XG of like 3
Should have won that as well.
and you didn't score any goals.
But you lost 1-0.
Yeah.
Same
But
with
You
same
lost
with
1-0
the
at the
first
last minute or something, didn't it? Wasn't
two.
it?
Yeah, but in our
And
first
is that
three,
just
we lost all
missing
of
big
them.
chances or
Yeah.
creating chances in
We
bulk?
make so many chances.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
good ones as well.
Yeah.
Don't get
The
me.
Because
injury
that's the thing
chances, yeah.
we've had in the championship. Our XG's like 13th.
Yeah.
No, our total amount of shots is like 13th, but our
you're putting out
XG's
good
like
chances.
Yeah, like big chances
3 or 4
created
clear.
and stuff. Yeah.
That's
because
what you want.
the quality of chances. Yeah.
Yeah, we just couldn't
That's the
score.
difference.
He's broke the duct. Dyche has got players that weren't performing so much under other managers. Like that Decore is the big one for me. I think Lampard absolutely hated Decore.
He did.
He absolutely hated
Yeah.
Decore.
Because he's playing almost like a Soul 6 or like as a partner in 6, wasn't he? And now he's
Yeah.
got a little bit more free
He's
roam.
10. He's 10.
Yeah.
Pretty much. He comes.
He
in
doesn't look like a
between.
10 though. I think that's why he
Oh,
wasn't
he's
playing as a
the
10.
ugliest
'Cause
10
you
I've
look,
ever seen.
it's a
Yeah,
little
but
bit like Scott McTominay when he came in. You're like, oh no,
Yeah.
he's a big workhorse midfielder. He's not a striker.
Go on.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that's what we've done with Ndidi as well. I know it's the championship and it's a bit different in quality, but he's almost playing as a second striker.
The energy,
Yeah.
isn't it? It's
Yeah,
really
it's-
just get up,
yeah,
up
it's
and
like-
amongst it with a striker. That's
Yeah.
what scores you the
He's
goals.
just running around up near the
Energy,
the striker.
anticipation.
You're the right
yeah.
place at the right time. That goal we scored at the weekend, Harrison
Mm.
tested
Yeah.
the keeper and he was just sat there for it 2 yards out. You can't beat that.
Yeah, you could have scored 3 against Brentford.
Yeah.
When you speak them next
Occupies another
3-1,
defender
yeah.
as well, doesn't it?
Hit the bar against Brentford, scored. Yeah,
Yeah.
he's a big threat, and especially when you've got. It's good planning from Everton because we've got 2 strikers that are very similar. Beto and Calvert-Lewin are both, your big aerial,
Yeah.
dominant strikers. They'll help you up the pitch and stuff. So Decore's good for that. If he was a bit more technical, you'd be laughing, but it works.
Mhm.
We'll stay up doing it,
Yeah.
and we're just playing smart football. So
Yeah, I was listening
quite
to-
happy overall. Yeah,
The new BBC football podcast
Yes.
with Lineker.
No promotion.
No promotion, but I was
Rest
listening to
football.
that and they said
Yeah.
the way football's played now, it's not about that striker anymore. When
No,
Shearer
no way.
played and Lineker played,
You had
They
to have
were
a
the
goal
main-
scorer.
that was your
you
emphasis
play 2
before,
up front and
Yeah.
your strikers would be more the emphasis. And now it's getting everybody else involved. And
Yeah,
You need to
you,
share
you
your
were playing
goals
to the
more.
final third, and then it was
Yeah.
up to them too.
Yeah.
Now you're playing to the final third, and it's up to everyone.
Yeah, the
you're
conversation
playing
was
inside
like,
the final
you
third.
don't
You
get
never
as
played
many-
inside the final third
There's
before.
not many strikers now, obviously, bar Haaland, Kane, where you think they're the focal point of that team anymore.
Mhm.
Well, you
So
like
it
for,
gets so
for,
different.
for ages, the
Yeah.
wingers should be getting top scorer.
Oh, yeah.
Salah, your
Yeah,
Son.
Salah.
yeah, Salah,
Because
Son,
there's
We
no
had
sense
Mane.
on strikers.
Last season,
Yeah.
Barnes was our top scorer.
Yeah.
Happens in most clubs.
Yeah.
I reckon.
Rashford
probably
was our top goal
Yeah.
scorer last year. I know he
Majority
played
clubs
up
in
front
the
for the majority of the
Yeah.
season, but
majority of clubs in Prem, their top scorer will be a winger
mhm.
Yeah.
because that's where your emphasis is in a wide areas, in the half spaces.
I feel
Yeah,
like
it's
football
just- that's the
will
way
is in
football
the
changed,
transition
ain't it?
again. We'll go back to the striker again.
Probably.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
in the,
I
it's
think
in
it
the
will,
middle
yeah.
of the transition.
It switches with
Yeah.
tactics, doesn't it? But
It switches every 10 years. I guarantee in the next 5 years we'll see 2 striker formations come back. I
Oh,
cannot
I-
wait.
I really want it back.
Yeah,
I want
so
to
do
play
I.
Wilson need that together, which
Yeah.
just doesn't happen.
Yeah.
It's sad.
But no, I just want one more final thing in Everton. Another player that massively impresses me is Onana. We're seeing him in a little bit of a deeper role this season. He's still adapting.
it's where it belongs.
Yeah,
Six.
I think so too. He was
Fair
playing
play.
deeper at Lille.
Yeah.
He was far more involved in the ball, and he's playing there now at Everton, where he's receiving the ball off the back four, turning really well, and either carrying or passing. And I think that's quite. I think his technical ability is quite underrated because of the size. of
Yeah, because
Onana.
he's long, so
Yeah.
it looks so
He's long
uncomfortable
and
at
and
times.
clumsy. Because he's got long legs, he looks clumsy.
But
He might not
uses
be
his body
clumsy.
so,
Yeah.
Like,
Oh,
the
he's
amount of times he lets the balls run across him, he just bats
Yeah.
against the defender, gone. And
a
then
little bit
then
like
you're off.
Pogba. Just, just his
similar, very
size.
similar,
Yeah. Yeah,
Do
but
you think he'll go next
Nah.
season?
Not next season. I think he'll.
no, you
Really?
don't think so?
No, I don't think yet. He's not getting the plaudits he deserves at the minute, I don't think.
Yeah, I agree.
He seems like his head's screwed on. He won't just take
Yeah.
the first big move that comes to him.
Well,
Yeah.
because last season it seemed like he would. It seemed like he was going to
He
take that
chose
first
to
big
stay,
move.
apparently.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? Oh wow.
I thought
chose
he
to
didn't get any
stay.
offers.
Yeah.
No, we did get offers.
We
yeah.
we were in for
We
him.
needed to sell.
We
key
were
assets,
linked with
mate.
him, yeah.
We definitely got offers.
Yeah, I know, but
We'll be back in for him again this summer.
Yeah, you'd think so.
Yeah, we'll be back in
you
for him.
have
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah,
Maybe
you'd
he'd
think
be a
so.
really good addition to our midfield. Like the technical ability is there and can be worked on because he's only what 21, 22.
Yeah, if you're going to bring him in there, he wouldn't be like starter, do you think?
Well, I don't know. It
don't think he-
depends.
I
It
don't think he
depends
would be.
because we signed
think he'd have
Amrabat.
to be
We'll
right
get
now.
on to that,
Yeah,
but I
it's-
think Onana adds much needed physicality to any team because the physical profile that he brings in
I
midfield.
agree,
I don't
yeah.
know if any
Once he
midfielder
figures
can
out
do.
heading the ball, it'll be a
Yeah.
menace.
Yeah.
Because he
Even
can't
if-
do it at the minute.
But his size
he'll
in
get
general,
there.
his
He wins
size,
the head, he just
yeah,
can't
his
head the ball.
size in general just
Yeah.
makes him good in the
That's
air.
exactly
Yeah,
like
because
Dan
he's
Burn, don't know how to head a ball.
Yeah.
He's massive.
yeah, Weghorst, yeah.
If Onana can head the ball like Calvert-Lewin, I've never seen anyone head a ball like it, really. Since Tim Cahill for Everton.
Who,
Yeah.
sorry?
Calvert-Lewin.
Oh, yeah.
He meets the ball so well.
Yeah, his timing of his
Timing
jumps and
his
stuff.
jumps.
Yeah,
He jumps so high. I know it's very like,
Ronaldo.
yeah, it's so easy to say, oh, well, he jumps dead high in, but like he's just, I've never seen
He
anyone.
jumps and hangs.
I've never seen anyone
That's
perfect
the-
a physical
that's-
like aspect of football.
That's
like
the
he
main part of being a good header of the
Yeah.
ball is timing your jump.
Time
If you don't
to
time
hang.
your jump, you're not going to be able to
Yeah.
get a good
There's
contact
loads
on
of
your
big
header.
players. You know, most
Yeah.
teams 2-3 centre halves, all 6'2", 3+. You know, you've got to time your runs, haven't you?
Mhm.
I think
Especially when you're
played-
offending.
when we played one game with Vestergaard and Suter at the back.
Yeah, both
You got
6'5",
combined,
6",
like,
yeah.
13 foot at the back.
Oh, more than that.
But
Yeah.
they're both our
time it.
worst headers as centre backs.
yeah.
Yeah, so that's obviously a big aspect of our
Yeah.
game is aerial. Obviously with McNeil, Harrison helps. Massive team: Decore, Calvert-Lewin, Onana, Branthwaite, Tarkovsky, all very good in the air. So, yeah, I think we'll be fine this season. We'll finish.
I think so too.
Definitely.
We'll finish
100%.
well clear. It won't go down to last.
You
day.
won't go in a scrap. You,
is
I think you'll
brilliant.
be
We've done
clear
it.
by like April.
Yeah,
Yeah, like
I said
definitely
late
clear.
March,
Yeah.
and we
I
won down
reckon.
already.
Yeah,
with
yeah.
eight games to go, we'll be looking like we'll win a couple of games. We're absolutely fine.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah, we like
Yeah,
one of them.
5 are the next 10, and we'll
Yeah.
see if
You
yeah.
might be
yeah.
on like 38, and people are like, oh, we'll get 40 just to make sure. But I reckon the boundary's still.
Oh, the boundary's
Oh,
35.
well,
The boundary's 34,
low, not
33.
this year, mate.
Yeah.
I say 32.
could
I
be
think
fair.
this season it would be like an all-time low of 30, but I think
Yeah.
last year it had to be 35.
Because I don't even think you'll get so many
The
little
40
teams
points
beating
big
big
team's a
teams.
myth. That
Yeah.
doesn't.
Oh,
I
it's
can't remember the last
35
time.
now, yeah,
I
it's
can't remember the last
35.
time 40
6
points kept you up. Like
See,
being
I think
Since
it
17.
was-
COVID season or something.
17,
like
yeah,
that.
I don't think it happens anymore. Really.
Yeah, since COVID, it's not happened.
No. But we will move on and we'll leave Thomas Hammond to last. I'm gonna go first.
Yeah, it's probably fair.
Manchester United.
We're the
It's been weird. The summer was
That's how we're
good.
doing
So
it.
the big departure was De Gea, and I was happy to see him go. I wasn't massively happy with the way he went. I think the club just went, okay, you've been here 13 years. You definitely are a club legend, but we're just gonna let you go. We're just gonna put a tweet. See you later. There was no farewell from.
Yeah.
We'll let
No
you
one
put
no
it
one knew
out
it was
for
his
some.
last game. It was all up
Yeah.
in the air, even though there were no contract negotiations for about 2 months before the end of the season. So I think the club could have prepared something, or at least told David, look, we're going to let you go. Not the
Well,
end
I
of the
think
summer.
he
And it was
probably
left
knew.
so up in the air. But yeah, but if he
So
had
is
knew,
that
and
how he
if he
found
was
out as well?
told,
No.
if he was
Well,
told,
he would have found out before.
if he was told, he could have had a farewell because he deserved one. As much as I ripped into him for last year for wanting him gone, I wanted him gone for the
Did he
good
have
of
a
my club.
testimonial?
No, that's
but
what I'm
I
saying.
reckon
he didn't have a
he-
farewell. Didn't have a
No.
farewell video or nothing. Ruben Neves got a farewell video
Yeah,
for Wolves, and he
I think
didn't get one for
maybe he
Manchester
could have had a
United.
testimonial, but I reckon that would have been down to him and his agency, just being like, look, you've treated me like shit for the past 3 years.
Yeah,
Wolves
that's
said
on the
no
club.
to
I'm not
him,
saying it's
yeah.
on the hair. It's on the club
Yeah.
for the way they
No, but
handled
he's probably
it.
said, no, I don't want one.
Yeah,
Like,
maybe.
Like, I've been here all this time, you've treated me like I don't exist.
Yeah.
And like, you treat me like I'm a knobhead for
It's
the
tough,
past 3
ain't it?
years.
But-
So he's like,
But we've
As a
we started the summer really well. I mean, like we signed Onana, which we'll get on to. I was very happy with it at the start. I'm still optimistic about it. We signed a striker, which was much needed, and one of the best up and coming strikers on the planet in Rasmus Højlund. Been really impressed with him so far.
yeah, I like
We
it.
did overpay for it, has to be said.
Yeah.
I don't.
You
The
do,
club.
because United, you do.
Yeah,
right,
the
really.
club didn't want to pay 60 million for him, but we had to in the end.
It's very
We ha-
rare that you get bargains nowadays. Don't you?
Yeah.
Like, you don't really
well,
see it.
especially when you're someone like United or
Exactly.
Yeah.
yourselves
Yeah,
now,
you're putting-
you'll
you're
never
putting
get a
20
bargain
mil.
again.
You're putting 20 mil on a signing when might not come in. Same with Mason Mount as well. I at the time I raised an eyebrow to it because I thought we needed someone a little bit more like Amrabat in our midfield than Mount. But since then, I think Mount has adjusted to his position since he returned from injury. really well. And I've actually
I
been,
can't say I've
I've
watched
actually been very
a lot
happy
of
with
him.
mine.
When I was saying, when you first signed him, I was like, fucking, that's
Yeah.
good. But then when you look into it, it's like, no, it could definitely work, and I think it will, but it's still a bit like, I don't know.
The idea that Ten Hag had that he wanted to adapt something at Manchester. He wanted to bring in something at Manchester United that he had at Ajax, and that was one defensive midfielder and then two midfielders that were acting as advanced number 8s.
Yeah.
And the idea was to pen teams inside their own box. He's talked so many times about being the best press inside the world. So if you have Bruno Fernandes and Mason Mount as your two advanced midfielders, the hard work is off the charts. You've got two midfielders who are incredibly good pressers and incredibly hard working. At the start, it didn't work because Casemiro couldn't facilitate for that. Mount wasn't dropping deep enough, so there were big holes in midfield. Since Mount's come back from injury, he's dropping a lot deeper and he's getting a lot more involved. And the sign of Amrabat as well helped that massively.
Yeah.
And that is another one.
Really
I was
left back.
I was calling for Amrabat all year, and I'm really happy that we got it over the line. I think the loan was to dodge FFP, but the buy option for 25-30 million is excellent. So it's 25-30 million.
Well,
Yeah,
that's
I think we've done really well
I
there.
thought it was just a permanent signing.
No, it's a loan because we had a dodge. We couldn't sign him because FFP.
Oh.
Yeah, so that's why we ended up getting like regular on a loan as well. We couldn't sign anyone. It was all
It was
yeah.
been weirdly good. Regulon.
Well, he's been really good, weirdly good for one game against Bayern Munich. Well, 3 games, and then that's what happens when you sign an injury-prone left back. He gets injured.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, I've been really impressed with Amrabat. He's been playing at left back out of position, but inverting into midfield really well. Even though he's been playing at left back, he's been really involved on the ball. I think he's been excellent, and I think
Against Galatasaray was a bit.
Pardon?
Against Galatasaray, I think
Everyone was a bit.
Everyone
I
was
know, I
but
agree,
he
but-
had his moments in the Galatasaray game. I wouldn't say he was terrible, but I wouldn't say he was amazing
good.
either.
For
He
like
had a steady
4
enough
or
game. It was
5,
okay,
I'd
yeah.
say.
But when he comes back from injury, I want to see Amrabat playing instead of Casemiro, and I think this
Won't
is
happen.
this
It's
is
got to happen.
It won't happen.
I think it will.
It's got to, though.
I think
if
it
you-
will.
If you want to be serious about getting results and achieving the best possible
I
points for that season, you've got to do
I
it.
agree. I think it should happen.
against
but I
Brentford at
just
the
don't.
weekend, Casemiro was subbed off for Ericsson, and then Ten Hag was
Want
asked
more
why,
football.
and he said, "I want more football."
Yeah.
I think he's kind of coming around to the idea that Casemiro.
It's facts.
I mean, anyone that looks at Casemiro and watches him week in and work out, like you might not even watch Man United consistently, and you can see his legs have gone, his head isn't in it anymore. He looks so lazy. It's a shell of the player that we saw last year. He was this destroyer. He defended that zone right in front of the back four really well. He was breaking into people. He was breaking up play really well, and he was moving the ball forward really nicely. This season, he can't track a man to save his life. I think we've conceded 6 cutbacks to unmarked late runners coming into the box.
I think you've retweeted someone.
Yeah.
It's like 4 of the same goal.
And
in like 4
and
games.
that is the job of your defensive midfielders, to track those late
Yeah.
runners. And when you can't do that, that's
not wrong,
defensive
yeah.
midfielder
I know he's just
101.
he's been sent off already, and he's a
Yeah,
massive
he's been
liability.
he's
to
been
do
sent
that
off
every
already
time he
for a
plays.
challenge he didn't need to make, for a mistake that wasn't his fault. But even on the ball, like I was watching him against Galatasaray, and even in every other game, he just his on the ball ability's fallen off a cliff as well. That's what I mean. He just doesn't look sharp at all anymore. And when he comes back, I want the midfield to be Amrabat, Mount, and Bruno, and a left back at left back.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
think that's probably definitely. Well, it's definitely on best
Yeah.
midfield at the moment.
But the start of the season hasn't been amazing at all. The results haven't been there. But I think I'm not judging Ten Hag or the team yet, and God forbid me be a little bit positive about the team. But the only reason I'm not judging him harshly is because it's not a full strength squad. Like there was one period where we had an entire 11 and 2 players on the bench out with injury, and at the minute, our entire starting back four of Wan-Bissaka, Varane, Lissandro Martinez and Shaw are all out with injury. So we're playing a second squad. We're playing Johnny Evans and Harry Maguire at the back in 2023. They were playing for Leicester in 2019. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
And as much as I love Evans, you know, he's been quality, and as has Maguire when they've played. That shouldn't happen. I think we all knew that Johnny Evans was
It's
signed
shown
as,
it at the Emirates, didn't it? When it
Yeah.
happened, and
exactly, yeah. But once again, we shouldn't be put in a situation where 36-year-old Johnny Evans, who is signed as an experienced player, is having to come on. That you should be looking at that situation and not going, "Oh, look how much Man United have fallen off." It's look how many issues Manchester
he's
United
been
have at the
signed
minute.
as someone that
As
can be around the
experienced,
squad,
Yeah, he's
playing a few cup
he is
competitions.
currently the only
and-
Manchester United
yeah.
player that's actually won something at Manchester United, bar the Carabao Cup last year. He's the only one that has played under Sir Alex Ferguson, won Premier League titles. He's the only one in that squad. He's a very valued member of that team.
100%.
He's been a captain at almost every team he's ever been at. He's fully capped international, has been for almost 100 caps. He's a really, really good player to have in a very young, inexperienced dressing room.
Yeah.
So
Just to be there.
So the signing made a lot of sense. He's free. He's not on a lot of wages. His wife works for the club. It made perfect sense. But I think the issues with him coming on lie with the fact that how is he coming on in the first place? Like, how do we not
But
have...
he's even
how's
like,
it come to that?
Christ,
Yeah.
Alma.
Yeah, how's it come to that? You know what I mean? And not digging him out for, he shouldn't play for Manchester United because he's been quality when he has played.
Yeah.
It should be, how do we not have better backup options, or are there injury issues that bad that
It's
we...
like he's your plan B. Isn't
yeah,
it? It's mad.
exactly. He's the
Madness.
plan B to the plan B to the plan B.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? We've lost Varane, Lisandro Martinez, and Lindelof all to injury. Like those are 3 centre backs out of the 5.
It's not
So
ideal.
it's not ideal at all.
I'm
And
surprised
that's
you didn't sign a centre half though.
yeah. We wanted to, we were in for Taribo, but it was just a case of Maguire had to go for money for us to then use Maguire's
Yeah, 'cause you
money.
expected him and
to get-
McTominay to both go.
Yeah, but we needed to sell to buy.
Yeah.
So when Maguire
But we
didn't
had to
go,
sell,
we
yeah.
couldn't buy because of FFP. We were in quite a tight money situation this summer, so that's
I think
why.
there was a lot of clubs that were except from Chelsea for some reason who could just spend what they want. But
Yeah, because
most
Abramovich
teams-
got rid of all the debt.
Yeah.
Well,
Get them a
and
massive
and the
solid.
fact they're paying it over 8 years.
Yeah, they've figured out beautiful loopholes, and I love it.
However-
I'd love it if Manchester
I
United.
respect
it.
Yeah,
It
it's-
doesn't
I
matter.
respect it totally. There's absolutely nothing wrong with it.
No, it's
Yeah.
just
You just find
It's
the
all
loopholes
about
in the
rules in place.
Yeah.
Use it, yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
that'll catch up on them, I think, when it gets 5 years down the line and they're still paying off 23
Well, they can
transfers.
still make sales though.
Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
They can
But-
sell them on for huge
Yeah.
money.
it'd be hard though
Yeah.
because we're on big contracts.
Yeah, that's the tough part.
It's a risk they're willing to take. That they're like, right, we'll put Mudryk on an 8-year contract. He will become good. He will be good.
Yeah.
And it's like if he doesn't, then they're screwed.
Yeah, you have to take those risks in football.
no,
I think.
you do, yeah,
it's
I know, I
a
agree, I
business at
agree.
the end of the day. You have to
I
take
agree.
risks. Sometimes they pay off, sometimes they don't. But
I agree.
no, I don't want to judge the squad too harshly, but I do think Ten Hag at times has been a little bit naive, sometimes with subs, sometimes the way we approach the game, and he has to take responsibility for that, but he hasn't been helped out by injuries at all. And I think at the minute, the way I watch United play, and I'm like, we don't look like we have an idea and an identity on the pitch because we're still playing last year's football of mid-block transitional football, trying to catch teams out and behind with Haaland and Rashford. But at the same time, the next week we'll play high line, control the ball, get Onana involved as much as possible, try and pass it about, let's create as many chances as possible. So if we're doing that one week and then going to transitional football the next, the players don't really have an idea. Ten Hag's still trying to work it out, and as a fan I'm watching it, and that's why it doesn't look like we have an idea, because
got
he hasn't
no
got it.
identity, have you?
Yeah, he hasn't got it worked out yet. But once the full squad comes back and he's given his time and there's no international breaks every 2 weeks,
so
he
annoying.
should massively get an understand of how he wants to play, and I think
What-
he will.
Okay, I'm going to play devil's advocate. What happens if he doesn't?
Well, then you have to start asking questions of the manager. But I still have full faith. I think he's a quality manager.
No, I
when
think
was
he will
signed for
come
the
good,
club,
but there is
he's a
also the
quality manager.
possibility that everyone comes back and you're still struggling and you're still not to have an identity.
It's
like-
kind of cross that bridge when we come to it. It's a case,
Yeah, I
of, it's
know.
a case of
Yeah.
seeing. I think last year when we had our full strength squad, we were flying, and I think this year we've added the players that we've needed to in the right positions, and I think we're only a few positions and tweaks away from being, I think, a really good
I
squad.
feel like it's
again,
been
so.
that case again for a couple of years now.
Yeah.
It's been like, we'll sign him, then we'll be good. Okay, no,
yeah.
well, now we'll sign him and then we'll be good. It's
Yeah.
been that for a couple of years and it just seems to
I
never come good.
I don't think there's any. I would absolutely hate it if we were to sack him this season, no matter what happened. Because
I think
if
it's
we
very
were,
unlikely, isn't
yeah,
it?
if we were to sack him this season, we'd go and get, let's just say, Hansi Flick, because he's just been sacked of the German management job. I'll go and get Hansi Flick. Oh, give him time, give him a summer, let him get a squad.
It'd be the same thing.
Yeah, same thing.
Same
Lose some
process.
injuries, results start to go, we sack Hansi Flick. See him again and again and again and again. And I think what hasn't helped is you look at like Ange Postecoglou at Spurs, like De Zerbi at Brighton, and they're flying straight away and it's looking
Yeah.
good. But then you have to like bring context into it. Like Ange Postecoglou had players at Spurs and was given the right signings, and De Zerbi inherited a Brighton team that were already playing quite possession-based football, so the team they had kind of suited the style they were going to play. I think if you're going to compare Ten Hag, you have to compare him to like Klopp or Mikel Arteta.
Yeah, because Ten Hag came into a team that was very disjointed and very.
He came
like,
into the
low.
worst Man United team in Premier League
Yeah.
history.
Yeah, like you were all over.
That
the
had a
place.
lot of deadwood, yeah, and had a lot of players in big contracts that were
It-
hard
it-
to ship
it-
out,
it is
and had a
big
lot of
rebuild.
issues.
Yeah, it is a big rebuild, but he's now getting his signings, isn't he?
Yeah.
He's getting who he wants.
He's
so
getting his
it's-
signings, he's getting his full squad. After Christmas, we'll maybe bring it back up on the pod.
When does it stop being an excuse?
After
After January.
Yeah, after
Yeah,
January.
that's
Yeah,
what I mean, yeah.
after
Yeah.
January. Yeah, when he's got his best team out,
You can't if you've had 2 transfer windows there,
Yeah.
and then it's almost like
we
you
have to
the
have a look.
chance.
Yeah,
Yeah.
then we'll see.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it would be it's not fair of me to sit here on a podcast and slander De Gea every week without having a little dig at Onana. He's not had a good start by any means.
No,
and,
he's
not
and it's hurt me more and more because I was so for the signing when it happened.
Well, I think everyone thought it was a good sign.
Yeah.
There wasn't anyone that thought, "Ooh, God, that's not the right choice," because he was exactly what you needed.
And he played under Ten Hag before.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like, he just made so much sense. But then he's just
So good in the Champions League final.
his
Yeah.
shot stopping, is coming off his line, is
Left his
everything.
hands in.
Yeah.
What's going on?
I think his actual command of the area hasn't been that bad. By the Wolves game.
What the
when he rugby tackled, was it Craig Dawson?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
But I don't think, apart from that, hasn't been bad. We've seen his qualities on the ball. Yes, he made a mistake against Galatasaray.
It's gonna happen though.
Yes, it is going to happen when you're playing that sort of football. But his actual shot stopping, look, it's never really been good wherever he's been. He's
Yeah.
made some big saves. It's a little bit. I'm not comparing him to De Gea, but it's a little bit like De Gea. Like, he does make the odd worldie. Or a little bit like maybe Aaron Ramsdale, for example. He makes that worldy save,
Yeah.
and everyone's like, oh, he's a good goalkeeper, but his shot stopping consistently maybe isn't that good. But his on-the-ball abilities, I think once we become a better team and once we're
I just-
controlling the ball more, Onana will
I just
start
think
becoming a better team.
the problem is
keeper.
Onana, like everyone's on him because it's a mistake. It seems to be a mistake every game.
Yeah.
I think if he goes 3 games and goes under the radar and he's not like in the line,
3 clean sheets in a row, yeah.
then it'll be fine.
Much, aren't you?
Hmm?
As a keeper, you're noticing way too much.
Yeah, because when you make a
Yeah.
mistake, you
That's
you
what
get
I'm saying.
punished.
He needs
Yeah.
3
That's
games
what
when no one's
he
talking
needs
about
to
it.
But that's going to
Fine,
happen
fine.
because
Yeah.
this
Yeah.
United team's facing more shots than a United team's probably ever faced before.
Yeah, because we're
Yeah.
struggling so
Yeah.
much. I think.
And I get that
They
that
have
can
a
happen.
downfall
Like
for that a lot,
you
though.
watch
The way
Sheffield
you play
United
out.
and they
Yeah,
like
yeah,
Sheffield United's keeper Wes Fodringham's not being in the news every week because he's making mistakes. So there is still he's making too many mistakes than he should be. But you're going to notice it more while you're facing.
And
the
De
team.
Gea
Still
had a
cost
hu-
50 mil.
and De Gea
Yeah,
had
and
a
that, but,
huge,
like-
huge fan base. So when De Gea leaves and you're bringing a goalkeeper that's very different to De Gea,
It was very split, weren't it?
yeah,
before
it's
he
gonna
went?
it's gonna be your pro De Gea or your anti De
It's easy
Gea.
to pile on.
Yeah,
that.
so those
Yeah.
pro De Gea fans are getting on Onana
How
massively,
the
and he's a
hell is-
Manchester United goalkeeper. Of course, he's going to be in the news every week. He plays for Manchester
Yeah,
United.
exactly.
He was
you
a
know.
massive scrutiny all the time.
Yeah, exactly.
yeah.
No matter what he does, he could make 5 really good saves in a game, but make a mistake, and everyone will talk about the mistake. But you know what I mean? Like you said, Wes Fodringham could make 1 mistake in a game and 5 really good saves. And
Yeah.
it wouldn't get talked about.
Yeah,
You
obviously,
know what I
yeah.
mean? And that's
And it's
just that
relative
comes
as
with
well.
playing for Manchester
Different
United.
bars.
It's
Yeah.
relative. Like Sheffield United.
The standards are different.
They're
Yeah.
going to lose every week.
Yeah.
They're expected to lose every week.
So-
If the keeper lets 4 in, they're like, yep.
But I'm not going to sit here and go, oh no, I want a new goalkeeper in January. Get me Diogo
No,
Costa
of
from
course
Porto.
not.
No,
No,
of
'cause you
course
can't
not.
just
Yeah,
keep spending
yeah,
money like that. It's
exactly.
like-
You can't get
I
rid
think
of
if
someone
you
after a
could
year.
have signed Diogo Costa, you would. But it was a case of you probably couldn't.
It just cost too much money.
Yeah.
I, he was my first choice, but
Yeah,
I'm not.
I
I'm not
think
saying he was my
everyone
first
will
choice.
want
I
him.
want him over Onana.
No.
But yeah, it
No,
was.
yeah, I agree.
He was my
I
first
think
choice,
we
but
could
we
have
don't know how well he would have done. So yeah,
Exactly.
I'm not calling for Onana, but I'm also not saying he started well because he hasn't.
No.
But just to finish, it's been a bad start, but it should come good. We've been unfortunate with injuries and decisions. A lot. I'm not sitting here complaining about decisions at all, but what?
The Onana one that wasn't a penalty given against him.
Yeah, we've had to
It goes
Battered
both ways.
him.
it does go both ways, but we've
That
had
was GBH.
Yeah.
But we had like I think we had like 5 games in a row where a decision. I'm not complaining when I say this, but when decisions went against us, we had the Brighton one with the ball. Was it in? Was it out? We had the Garnacho offside against Arsenal.
That was out.
The Romero handball against Spurs.
I just
We had
think-
decisions that would have totally changed games. I'm not complaining
There
about
was
them,
a-
but
Yeah, because I think that's a Prem-wide
Was
issue
it
rather
against-
than just
Yeah,
one
oh,
side.
no,
It's
that's
happening
the-
to
yeah,
everyone.
100%,
I think, at the
Was it
moment.
against
but-
Palace where there was like Joel Ward had his
the
back
handball.
to-
Yeah, there's another one.
Never a handball ever.
Oh, I
I
think
don't
it was
agree.
I-
How he's jockeying his man. He looks over his shoulder really quick to see who the ball's. He turns back around, slaps him on the hand, and everyone's going, "How's that not a pen?" Because he's jockeying him. What's he supposed to do? Stand like that when the ball's behind him.
I can't remember seeing this.
It's-
I
no,
think
that
it's
was,
a-
that
I think
was
it's
the
a
most
pen,
spot on
but-
decision they've got. It's never
It's
ever
tough
a pen.
because-
if that's given against you, you're like, what is he supposed to do? He has no idea what
Well,
the
who
ball
runs
is.
their hands out here?
It was like this. It wasn't like that. Fair enough if it was like that, but it was like it's still like normally.
I know. I think it was a pen, but I understand.
It's
that.
tough
I know
because
what you mean.
if he does that when the ball's travelling in the goal, it's a pen. But who's not to say he brings that down and scores? It's,
But then
it's-
the
that's the issue, yeah.
Romero one against Arsenal, I think, is less of a handball than the Romero against United. They get given. Like I said,
can't-
I don't
honestly, I
want to
can't
go on and
understand.
on about decisions because I don't
Romero
like making
against Arsenal
excuses.
is 100% a pen. Because if you don't hit his hand, it goes in.
But then the Romero against United.
I can't remember that
Yeah,
one. to be
but
completely
I'm not
honest.
going
That's
to
the
sit
only
here and
issue,
complain
but-
about decisions,
yeah.
but it hasn't been a fortunate start to our season. But like we haven't been good, simple as. But yeah, I'm going to finish now before I dig myself a hole. So Newcastle, go on, take it away, Thomas.
Yeah, we've had a mixed start to the season. I think. I'll start with the signings that we made. Mason mentioned that we signed Harvey Barnes for 40 million, I think it was.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, he's out until the new year, so that isn't isn't
Nice.
great. But did score in his debut, so
He did, yeah.
in that big win against Villa. But then it all fell apart after that. After Tonali's masterclass. When we first signed Tonali, I was like,
He scored like 6 minutes in or something. Didn't he?
yeah, and he should have scored 2 seconds later. Like next chance should have scored. When we first signed Tonali, I can't remember how much it was. I think it was 55.
55.
When I
Same
first
as
signed him,
Mount.
I was like, that's a really good signing. That's amazing. I'll get onto it. Because like we've prized him away from Boyle Club. It's like really impressive that we've done it. It shows our intentions and stuff.
That was crazy.
But
I
then-
still think that's mad.
But then when
Yeah.
when you look into it, you're like, we don't need him. We don't
You didn't
need
need him.
We don't need
yeah,
Tonali.
a lot of people were like, I hated this. Mark Obich wasn't the only one. I think a
Calling
lot of
him the
Newcastle.
six.
Yeah, people were like, oh, Tonali, because he's small and Italian and got long hair
No,
or
because he
longish
plays-
hair.
Because he plays CDM on FIFA.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's got to be Andrea Pirlo.
Oh.
He's gonna be, he's gonna be the silky
When
footballer
I
who
saw
picks
that,
out
by the way-
passers and intricate passes and breaks the lines and progresses the ball forward and he can switch the play to a winger. I was like,
No,
no,
he
no.
can't. That is the
He-
opposite.
Yeah,
him.
he is a
Peter syndrome,
hard working.
mate. Yeah.
He's
Yeah,
not a high
that's
volume
the-
passer at
It's
all.
what we live in now.
He's not a
He
he's not a high
suits-
volume passer at all. He's
No.
he's really hard working.
grafter.
Yeah, he's a really hard working box to box
grafting eight,
midfielder
yeah, that's what it
who
is.
he's not amazing at crashing the box, but he does crash the box and he does do his defensive
Yeah.
duties as
I
well.
understand the logic behind the sign. Like we didn't need
it's,
an
it's
eight.
quite a high
I think it
sign,
was
and I
just
get
like-
it.
No,
Yeah.
It was just like, look what we
It's the
can sign now.
profile, isn't it?
He
Yeah, it was
suits
like, look what we
Eddie
can
Howe
do.
But
to
he
a
was-
T.
But he was being misprofiled online a lot,
Yeah,
and I think
but-
that's why people were like, "Oh, this is such a good signing."
It's just lazy comparisons.
Yeah.
isn't it?
Yeah, I think we
That's
signed
People
him-
didn't. People were making assumptions; they weren't actually
Yeah.
making
Yeah,
reports.
we signed him because Willock was injured. He still is, and we
Yeah.
had Longstaff. Everyone saw Longstaff as the weak link because, well, other than Dan Burn,
'Cause he is.
Because he is.
Yeah.
He is,
But then
yeah.
this season, he's been arguably our best player. He's
Yeah.
been
But at
so
the time he
good.
was.
Yeah, but that's
Yeah.
what hard work gets
And
you.
that's where Tonali plays, the right side of the
Midfield
of
three.
the midfield three. But we've had to put him out the left because Longstaff's been so good and Jolinton's been injured. When Jolinton comes back, Tonali's not getting in that team because I'd
Yeah.
rather have Willock in than him on that left hand side.
Yeah, Willock's
Yeah.
good.
Yeah,
So-
I like Willock.
So the thing is with Tonali at the moment, he's getting a lot of like stick from our fans for like at the weekend we played West Ham and he could have blocked their
It's an easy
seconds.
target, isn't he? Because
But-
he's coming for big Dow, yeah.
If he blocks that, it's one of the blocks of the season. There's no way he's getting anywhere near that. It was a good
yeah,
goal.
it's
I'm
going to
not-
happen. It's just like Onana. He's going to be more scrutinised because
but he's
of who he
getting.
plays for. He's going to be more scrutinised because
Yeah.
how much you signed him for.
Not allowed to criticise Newcastle players. Though.
Oh no, we're not. No, if you
No,
no,
not
come on,
allowed.
It's
that's-
illegal.
They
so-
do hate it, don't they? They don't want to get into
I
the
hate it.
politics,
We
but-
have before. We like
Have we?
yeah. But yeah, Tonali was just seen to be like the. A lot of people did defend him on Twitter, which is nice to see. There's actually our fans being like, "Are you taking the piss?" Like
Just give it a rest.
he's been good.
Yeah.
Like what you on about? I thought against PSG probably his best game because like everyone saw the Villa game was like, "Oh, he scored," so it's like, "Oh, it must be his best game." PSG was brilliant, but didn't get any plaudits for it. And as soon as we don't win, he seems to be the one we go for,
He's
which is
a
just
scapegoat,
pathetic.
Yeah.
Um,
Become a little bit of a scapegoat.
yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it was a good sign. Didn't make 100% sense. If we signed a 6 as well, I'd be happier. But we
Because
didn't.
I still think Bruno Guimaraes' best position isn't
Of
the
course,
6.
it's always been an
Yeah,
8. He said it
yeah.
himself.
He's just shoehorned him in there
Yeah,
because he's good at footy. It's like Enzo at Chelsea, isn't it?
No,
Yeah.
They
but-
just
No,
plug him
no,
in
you're
wherever
right,
he
you're
plays.
right, yeah.
That's
Bruno
what it
is more than good enough to be a 6.
Of course
in
he
the
is,
Premier
yeah.
League,
But
but
that's
he's
not his
better
position.
than
But
anyone.
Bruno isn't like the Tonali 6 where he's like box to box, hard work and pressing people down. He's more of like a you
He's
have
a
a deeper
counter-
6 and then you have someone that can dictate. And I think Bruno Guimaraes
Yeah,
is
Bruno
that
doesn't have the
dictator.
agility or the pace or anything to be
Yeah.
like Jolinton, Willock, Longstaff.
But he's a good ball carrier and he can
Yeah,
progress the ball.
getting the ball, he won't lose it.
Yeah.
He won't, like he's a very good 6, but he would be a better 8. And he said
Yeah.
that in the interviews before. He'd rather play higher up the pitch, but he's one of the best 6s in the league in my opinion. So it's a sacrifice we have to make, but I think we will sign a 6 soon, and then it gets really interesting to see what we have to do with like Jolinton
that's-
and all that because they don't
Yeah.
deserve to be dropped yet. But
And
they
Joe Linden
will-
can't exactly play off the left because Anthony Gordon's been
Not anymore.
made
no,
a resurgence this season.
Yeah, Anthony
yeah.
Gordon's been brilliant.
He's been really
I've,
good, yeah, I
I've
think.
shut myself up because he's been really good.
Not the heist of the century anymore.
No.
Still is.
Who else we signed? We signed
Lewis Hall and
We,
Livramento.
we spent
Livramento.
70 million on a left back and a right back, but not a centre back. So let's play Lascelles against PSG.
Yeah.
Obviously, we won, but we don't want to have
And
to
he's
do
still
that.
playing Dan Burn at left back.
Yeah, like surely we should have signed a centre
All
half.
that money and Dan Burn.
Yeah. I do.
Are you
Lewis
going
Hall-
to play?
I just is Livermento not injured?
No.
No, he's
Like,
well,
no,
he
wouldn't
played
it?
the-
Mate,
played the other week.
Trippier's ahead of him,
Well, he gets City, didn't he, Livermento?
Yeah.
and he's man of the match.
Yeah.
He's brilliant. Yeah, well, he's not going to get ahead of Trippier, is he?
Yeah, Trippier's been really good
Trippier's
this
been
season. Yeah.
unbelievable.
Yeah.
But Lewis Hall, everyone's like, oh, he's going to come in and start left back straight away.
No.
He's 18 years old. he's moving to a new city. He's still physically weak. He was
Is he gonna
shoehorned into that Chelsea team.
Is he going
because
to play centre mid?
He started left wing against City because we just put out like rested everyone. He played left wing, then he went centre mid, then he went left back and got.
Because he's
dragged out of
naturally a
time.
centre mid.
Yeah, he is. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know what we're going to do with him. It was a weird. I think it's a good sign. I think he's a great player. But interested to see what Howe does with him because he seems to like having a big back four other than Trippier. Like
He's obviously got a
he-
plan for him, I know. That's
Yeah,
I thought,
well, I'd hope he does. But
Yeah.
then again, he's only
Yeah,
18.
it's-
It
He's
would
only
be
it's
weird.
not a
It would be
season
weird to
thing.
have him as a midfielder, I think, with the midfield options that you have already.
Yeah, I think we'd be
Willock,
better left winger,
Longstaff,
yeah.
Tonali, Joe Linton.
Which is what I like. It's a project thing.
Yeah,
He's a project signing.
if he
not-
doesn't
Yeah,
work
for
out,
the
we can still get
Yeah.
30 mil for him. So like,
Which is what I like.
Yeah.
'cause
it's a good
Is
signing.
it a loan?
It's a loan with like It's like option, but it's like you have to meet certain targets, but the targets are like
Play
two
5
games.
games.
Yeah.
Like, so it's
Career
like,
mode
yeah,
targets.
so it's
yeah.
basically it's like another way to get around FFP, basically. But yeah, it was weird that we signed those fullbacks and not centre half, but I still
What centre half would you have wanted?
probably Tadibo.
Yeah, we're not
But
getting
the one we're properly looking at
Get
is which still probably won't happen is Antonio Silva. I think his name is from Benfica.
Yeah.
He's like
Yeah.
70 mil. He's
Oh,
like the
it'll
one
be
that's
more-
been on our
It'll be 80, 90 this
yeah.
year.
Like he's like the one number one on our radar. We also looked at
He's
Tapsoba.
fantastic.
Tapsoba.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Edmund
that'd be-
Tapsoba, yeah.
There's a few that's on our radar. I think that'll be like the next big signing we make.
I think Antonio Silva's a better option than Edmund Tapsoba because
I
Tapsoba
agree,
plays in the
but-
back three.
But Tapsoba will be a lot cheaper.
Yes.
So,
Yeah.
yeah, we'll see what happens anyway. But no, we made a good start to the season. Obviously beat Villa, then went on a bit of a shaky patch, but we did have a very hard start. We had Villa, City, Liverpool, Brighton, Brentford, all in a row. It was quite a tough start, and we've recovered quite well. Obviously got a massive win in the Champions League.
Yeah.
Drew at San Siro, beat Burnley, drew to West Ham.
That
now-
game to San Siro was horrific as well.
Oh,
Oh, that was one of the
Yeah.
worst games
Oh,
I've ever watched.
horrible, yeah, but
Yeah.
made sense, didn't it?
Yeah.
we
Yeah,
Draw
yeah,
away is
it
brilliant.
was a great point.
Oh,
yeah.
perfect for you.
We've
Yeah, it
now
was a-
set ourselves up for one more win, and we've got Dortmund at home next, which we should really win in my opinion, because they're not great and we are.
No, they're
very
not
good at
great.
home. So if we beat them, we pretty much guaranteed Europa League football.
That's class.
So
Oh, yeah,
I'm
easily.
happy. I'm happy with the start. I think after the shaky start, people have been stupid and calling for Eddie Howe. He's like always out of his debts and stuff.
What?
Give it a
You
rest.
always get fickle fans, right?
Yeah.
Give it a
Fair weather
rest.
fans, loads of-
But no, I've been happy with that start. I
Who
think
who
it's good.
who'd you have instead then on
Exactly.
Eddie Howe?
People are like,
You know
I'll
what I
get
mean?
Nagelsmann.
Oh god.
Yeah,
Will you
it's like-
shut up? No.
We've
People
we've
love big
won
names.
we've
Yeah.
won 10 out of 11 in the league, and there's so many fans still like, oh, it's boring football though. Get the ball forward. Stop. Like
Yeah, it's just like
you just
There's
produce
people that are just
results and
never
you're happy.
It's armchair
Ever.
fans,
Yeah,
right?
it is.
People
It
play
is.
career mode and think, oh, go sign his 18-year-old with 95 potential.
Yeah, it's
Yeah, it's
That's what it is.
Yeah. Another position
People
that
don't fancy
Nagelsmann signed by was it Bayern Munich, so he has to be good kind of thing.
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's
Yeah,
a big
it
name,
is.
yeah.
yeah. I don't really have much to say. We've got an interesting run when we get back. I think we get back, play Palace and Dortmund, and I think we've got you in the cup like pretty much straight after.
1st of November, yeah.
Yeah, something like that. So
yeah.
be interested to
I'll
see
be
where we
on.
are. That'll be.
No, he's gonna come with me.
I'm gonna try to get an away ticket, but it's probably gonna be impossible.
Yeah.
Okay, but you'll get like
We've got 8k.
8,000.
8k. But
Surely.
8,000.
8,000.
Sure.
Yeah.
It was midweek.
Mate, people love trips to Old Trafford. It's like ones that.
Yeah.
So I don't know. I'll see, but yeah. Don't really have much more to say, I guess.
No, right. Well, we've talked about signings. We're going to talk about signings of the season.
Mm.
So, we'll each just on the spot think of one signing, one player that you think has been the signing of the
I think-
season. You're not allowed to say, "Oh, we couldn't think of that guy." You have to think of someone else.
Shall we do like if someone says it, we have to say someone else?
Yeah. So
Yeah.
you can't say the same as someone else.
Right. Okay. So,
I'll
So,
just sit back
uh,
for his chair so uncomfortable.
Yeah, it is.
so unlucky, mate.
Right. I'm gonna start Madison.
Right. Okay. So
I-
I can't say Madison.
Right.
That's definitely
So
my one.
we'll
God's
talk about
sake.
Madison now. So I think Madison's probably been one of the best midfielders in the Premier League
Oh,
this
he's
year.
so
He's been
good.
absolutely
Oh,
brilliant.
mate.
Yeah.
He's been brilliant.
Story-
Alongside his Spurs teammate who wasn't
Story
assigned in
is-
Basuma.
He dug them out of a hole the other day.
Story
Yeah.
is he was set on going to Newcastle, but then we went, no, we'll get Tonali instead. Which is
That was a mistake.
Yep. To be fair, I don't think Madison would have really fit us that well.
Would have played in the left side better than Tonali. Likes that left
Yeah,
side.
but he
on
doesn't,
the field.
Tonali has that intensity. I don't think Madison would bring that.
No, he does. He does. He
Nah,
does. He
Madison's,
tracks back. He
Madison's
does
a
a
good
lot.
hard worker,
No,
yeah.
He is.
Tonali is more of an Eddie Howe player than James Madison.
Oh no, I'm not denying
Oh,
that, but I
yeah,
think Madison
but-
has that quality
And I
inside the
think
final
Tonali,
third that
Tonali
Tonali
was
wouldn't
more
have.
of I think we wanted to make a statement of intent. And like
Yeah,
bringing
that was
Tonali
you
more like
just going, look what we can sign, look
Yeah.
what we can do.
the size of our
Yeah,
bollocks.
yeah.
Yeah.
Signing it, yeah.
I can't.
Who
really
let
think-
you go first?
I've got a couple.
think
I've got.
Oh
one
yeah,
more.
there's definitely more I've got on the table, but I think that is.
No, go on.
I
Legs,
think
you-
we could all probably sit here and agree that probably
Madison is number
takes the
one.
crown.
Madison's number one.
Yeah.
100%.
You think
Yeah.
so?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, right, legs.
I've got a couple. Can I say both?
Yeah, go on.
Go.
I've got Szoboszlai and Van der Ven.
I think Van der Ven might
Oh,
be.
might
Number,
not be
I think
said
Van
yet,
der Ven
okay.
might be number one.
Yeah, I was
No.
going to say Van der Ven.
I think Van der Ven might
Madison.
be
Both
number
of them.
one.
Madison.
Yeah.
together.
If you count Adogi as well, but he was on loan.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
he
not-
wasn't a signing.
I'm
yeah.
not counting
He
him.
signed last summer.
I think
That's what I mean,
Madison.
he was on that
I think Madison's been better, but obviously that doesn't mean
Ah.
Van der Ven is
I thought you noticed Madison
so
more,
good.
don't you?
Well,
Van
yeah,
der Ven-
will because he's.
obviously, but Van der Ven is mustard. He is so
so good.
so good.
Van der Ven's unbelievable, and I
Van
think he's got
Ven's
all the physical profiles to be absolutely world class.
Rapid as well.
Quick, strong, tall, really
Oh,
good
mate,
on the
it
ball
makes
as
a
well.
change as
Left-footed. He's
That we've had a really quick centre half come to the Prem and they've just not looked clumsy and made a lot of
Yeah.
mistakes.
yeah, like Eric Bailly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, it happens so often where you think, oh, he's rapid, get him in the Prem.
Yeah, we said this the other day. Like most
mistake prone.
most fast centre backs are either really erratic or really
Well, yeah,
terrible on the
we
ball.
had we
yeah.
had Suncha. He was quick, but he'd just like start flying in everywhere.
Yeah, and
or
had
he'd
his
start
hand held
falling
by
over the
Evans.
ball.
Yeah,
We
'cause
had
rely on
Django
pace too
Biwa.
much. Yeah.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean,
No, I,
It's
I
definitely-
really
I-
want to say Van der Ven is number one.
they could both be 1 and 2 if you did a
Well, we can
list.
we'll rank
It doesn't.
them
It doesn't. Yeah,
Yeah,
we
it
can
don't-
rank them.
So,
but I don't have
do you
to
want to say
rank,
Van
like,
der Ven
yeah.
then as your one?
And you said Sabazlai as well.
Yeah.
No, Sabazlai's been excellent. Yeah,
Um,
and I think it's made Liverpool's midfield really weird because
I don't know.
they still need a defence midfielder. They still need a number
Oh,
6.
God, yeah.
But then now their midfield issue is Gravenberch has been good. Sabazlai's been excellent. McAllister's been good in that deeper position. So when they do sign a number
Got to
6,
choose 2 of the 3.
yeah. So
it's
when they do sign,
exactly our
yeah, they
our
go.
fault,
Where
like,
does
what do we
Gravenberch
do?
go? Where does because I think your best midfield would be a number 6, McAllister, Sabazlai.
Yeah.
yeah.
Because you would play almost a double pivot of McAllister and whoever the 6 was.
Not Endo. Come on, he's really really bad.
So you
Felt like a weird
Panic.
sign, didn't it? It was a panic sign.
Oh, it's the biggest panic ever. Yeah.
Yeah,
They were
but-
mecking out.
Press
But
that
it was
big
a
red button
scouting
if
for
you are
years or
panicking.
whatever.
yeah, because he was the captain of Stuttgart and he was like 28 and like
He's fine.
Japanese or Korean or something. Yeah,
alright.
Japanese.
When he
He's
signed,
alright, but he's
He's
not a
not
Liverpool
Liverpool
player.
group,
Yeah,
in
no.
our group shot, we were like, "What is going on?"
He's
Yeah.
not a Liverpool player.
If Leicester had signed Endo, we go, oh yeah, good sign. But if Liverpool signed Frank, you would go.
That's
Yeah,
what
you wouldn't have really batted much of an
Standards.
eye if a top end championship side signed him or a lower end Prem side. For that
Yeah,
matter.
Burnley had signed. We go,
Yeah,
oh,
Burnley's
yeah.
like, yeah, we
Oh yeah,
steady,
cool.
yeah.
Endo, yeah, I'd look up about. I've never heard of him. Like,
Just
then
fine.
I had no idea who he was.
Neither.
You know he was.
No.
Oh, really?
Oh, I knew who he was.
Yeah, I knew who
but-
it was.
FIFA lads.
Just steady. Well, partly, yeah. He was just.
Yeah, I had no
I
idea
don't
who
play
he was.
FIFA Ultimate Team,
When
so I
I
wouldn't know.
when I like saw that he was captain Stuttgart, I was like, oh yeah, probably I've seen him. But
Yeah, I looked
wasn't-
him up. I looked him up when they were linked with him. Yeah, but I think their best midfield would be a 6 partnered by McAllister and Sabazlai.
Yeah.
But no,
Yeah,
I think
but I
Sabazlai's
think
been
the thing
excellent.
about Gravenberch, he can come on off the bench and
Yeah,
fit in anywhere.
and he's a bit
and
of a
he is
game
that
changer because of
cover.
his ball carrying. Like his
Yeah.
he's a really good
So
dribble. He reminds me a lot like
dynamic,
he
isn't he?
reminds me a
Yeah.
lot like Pogba. I think the
And
way he
if he had
carries
to
the
come
ball,
on and-
uses his body and stuff, his
If he
physical
had to come on
profile.
and play even in front of the 6 and in one of them 2 positions.
Yeah, because he can come
do
on
it.
in
He's not gonna
McAllister's
look at
position and
place,
play
yeah.
it to double pivot. Yeah, because
Yeah,
that's what he played at Ajax and
Yeah.
at Bayern
God,
Munich. Yeah, yeah.
I'm really struggling to
They've
think.
probably got like for like McAllister for.
Yeah.
But I think what's really impressed me with Sabazlai is how much of an athlete he is. He's so
Oh,
he's
yeah,
strong
yeah,
and
yeah.
quick
He's
and
football
really
so
works
hard as
really
well.
hard. Yeah, he's
He's got
really
hairy
strong and
legs.
tall.
He
I
kicks-
haven't seen him lose a duel yet. It's been really good so far.
He
He's
kicks
hot.
the
He's
ball
hot.
so hard.
And he's really hot.
He kicks it well.
He does kick it well hard.
legs.
He just
Hairy.
wears
Yeah.
it.
Hairy.
Hairy legs.
Oh wow.
I weirdly haven't noticed that.
No,
one.
me
It's their own
neither.
fault.
Gone down to a 7.
Hairy.
Yeah, we can't smack the ball.
You
Fair,
can't-
You
yeah.
can.
Yeah. But no, Sabazlai, yeah, a good choice so far. Oh,
I've got another one.
I've got another one as well. I can't believe no one
um,
said it.
No, no.
Yeah, you're a go, but I hope
Uh,
one of you said.
Diaby.
How is no one?
Yeah.
Yeah. He's been playing up front a little bit for Villa, which
He
is
just played for
He
the
plays like
Yeah.
next.
too.
He looks
But he's just
so good.
he's been handy to them in their system and he gives
He's perfect. for them.
defences other things to think about.
Yeah.
he doesn't play up front out of possession because they play with that. They
Yeah.
play that
In possession
6.
4-2-2-2.
Yeah,
Yeah.
6.
I don't know. I don't know
2-2,
if this is
yeah.
your one, but I'm gonna say one more. Kovacic. I think he's been.
Yeah,
brilliant.
that was my other one.
I was gonna say, are you gonna say?
Well, no, you carry on.
I was gonna say
Oh,
Declan Rice.
Oh, I was going to say yours is Jack Harrison, mate, innit?
Yeah, Declan Rice.
Literally what you
Yeah,
laughed
Yeah, I think Rice has been superb.
Yeah,
Rice has been
no,
one of the.
yeah.
I think
Yeah,
Rice
yeah.
has been
at.
another
Rice is
top
so-
end
We
midfielder
knew he
this
was
season.
so good, didn't we? He was
Yeah,
always
is it one of
gonna
those
be
ones where he
Yeah.
set the bar so high so we can't praise
I
him for
think
being a
we
good signing?
knew he'd
Yeah.
so good.
And
He like that.
it's weird because he was at West Ham for so long. It feels like he's a West Ham player, but then also when you think about it, it feels like he's been at Arsenal for about 5 years.
Yeah, he'll be
He
Arsenal
acts
captain.
like
too.
it, yeah.
Well,
It's
that's the
really
thing because they've
weird.
got Odegaard as captain, so I don't know. But
Weirdest captain in the Prem, by the way. Still think that. It's
yeah, I
just
don't
so
know how.
weird.
Yeah,
It's a
up there
lead
with
by
Son.
example thing, isn't it, I think.
Up There was
But
but
yeah,
Son.
you don't
Never
see a
even
lot
say
of
a word.
things behind the scenes
I much
know,
prefer
yeah.
a vocal on-pitch captain now. You want to see...
Yeah,
When you're on the pitch, you want to see your captain bellowing out instructions, I think. I don't know if that's old school.
Yeah,
but-
Oh no,
Yeah,
no,
but
100%. I totally agree with you.
I
Yeah.
agree with you.
And
I
your
think
captain
teams
should be
like
the one that chats to the ref as well,
So I also think your captain should be a keeper.
or a
We've
striker.
always said this.
Like for
or a
us,
winger, don't
like
like a
Pickford,
winger.
in terms of
Yeah.
ranking...
Should be
God,
a
be a
centre middle,
centre-back.
centre half.
In terms of
Middle
ranking,
of the pitch,
Pickford should be
in
our
the thick of it.
captain, but it's Tarkowski because he's vocal and he's a leader.
Yeah.
And he's done it in the
Well,
Premier
Yeah,
League.
full-
I think with
You,
teams-
realistically,
I
a
don't
team like
mind
Everton, you can
fullbacks.
have like 5 captains.
That's the thing, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Fullbacks is
Obviously
quite
Coleman.
normal nowadays. I don't mind fullbacks.
No,
Fullback,
because the
centre-half
way
or
they the
midfielder
way
is
they
fine.
play nowadays, yeah,
I think
they're well in the
It's
thick of it.
different for teams like Arsenal where they aren't going to have many periods where the captain's going to have to drag them out of the hole.
Yeah, and in the same vein, I think
different,
Son's a
yeah.
good captain, weirdly. I quite like Son as a skipper for
Well,
Spurs.
there's going to be
Yeah.
nobody else in that starting 11 that understands Tottenham like Son does.
Yeah, you know,
Well,
yeah,
from the
you're
way they
exactly
play,
right.
It
No,
feels
yeah.
like pulling rank a bit, but that's on the same
Yeah.
level. Like
Yeah.
Pickford should be cap's reverend, but he's not because
Mhm.
we've got a vocal leader. So
Yeah.
why isn't
Yeah,
Romero? the
Kane's
captain?
gone. Lloris is
Well, he's
done
vice,
one.
so
Is he vice?
yeah,
Yeah,
he's
well,
vice. Him and Madison are
there you
vice.
go, then.
And
Excellent.
Romero, yeah.
Yeah.
Cuti Romero.
Yeah, he's been great this season too.
Yeah,
Matured so much.
He's
hasn't
really
he?
weird one, Romero. 'Cause people underrate him. Then when people underrate him, people say, "Have you ever seen him have a good game?" Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Multiple
What?
good
Yeah,
games.
of course.
The problem is
yeah.
last season he'd have good games and he'd ruin it by just snapping someone like 10 minutes in.
No, right.
though.
First,
He's not wrong, he
season,
does.
first season under Conte when he first came in on loan,
Mental.
he was unbelievable because
Yeah.
Spurs were
Yeah.
doing really well, and then they were struggling a little bit, and he was being really rash because he had to defend more.
He gets wound
A little
up
bit like
on it as
a little
well.
bit like Sandro Martinez. It's that Argentinian thing when they have to defend. God, they look so dangerous.
Romero is
But then-
absolutely phenomenal.
But then when
I
they
love
don't
him.
have to defend, you see his on the ball ability, and you see him like snap someone only once in a game, but it's a good tackle. You're like, oh yeah, he's really.
Oh,
good.
yeah,
But when he has to
fair.
snap 5 people all over the place, you got, oh, he's just so rash. But it's because he has to defend so much more. He just looks.
It's like a pro club centre half when he wants to.
I think
It's
that's
just
part of
darting
it.
Yeah.
But I think with Romero, he has just matured a lot. I think
Yeah,
Ange-
yeah,
Ange's-
he's
Ange's
definitely-
a really
He's matured
influential
into the
figure,
Premier
isn't he?
League. Yeah.
Yeah, he knows his role now. We know, when vice captain, I've got to
Yeah.
lead by example here. Nothing stupid. We've got young players. I've got Adogi next to me, young Van der Ven, young.
Yeah.
Set an example, lead by example.
Spurs are scary, aren't they? They've got.
Sorry,
a
no,
really
they're
good
great.
team.
So quick.
What do you
Yeah.
think about Vicario?
It's alright.
Yeah, fine.
fine.
When he
yeah.
fir-
Bit
his
bit
first
dramatic,
game-
but
His first game against
Yeah.
Brentford, he was shocking. I was
He
like,
was.
ooh, I was
Yeah.
like,
yeah,
whoa.
because you get punched and everything. Doesn't he still won't
Teething
catch a ball?
problems. He'll
He
get
still
there.
won't catch a
But
ball.
then he had a,
Yeah.
then he had a really good game against someone. I can't remember who it was. But he makes some good saves.
Really good game
Play
against
well.
us.
Solid.
Yeah,
You'll
he
get there.
might
He's
be
good
there.
keeper.
Oh, I
Solid.
mean, played. Was it Luton at the weekend, wasn't it? He played well there.
Yeah, he did.
I mean,
He's his keeper. He's
that
fine.
was
Nice
that was
fi- he's-
that was
yeah,
a,
he's
that was a
fine.
game for Tottenham where
Still
they've
getting-
gone
keep
down to
going.
10 men because of one of the worst dives I've ever seen in my
I still
life.
haven't
Oh
seen
my
it.
god, yeah.
Oh my god!
what an
On a
idiot, by
yellow
the way.
card,
Yeah,
why would you?
He
what
should
an
have had about
idiot.
15 goals by that point as well. and
Yeah.
it's just
Yeah,
so
Yeah,
much
So-
we were in the
yeah.
chat talking about it. Yeah.
When you get to half time there and you've missed so many chances, you're having
Yeah.
one of them games, and you get a red card like that, that was
Should
almost
genuinely been 15
that was that
nil
that
up on
that
Mourinho.
point there was, are Tottenham serious this year or not?
Yeah.
And they came out the second half. Luton had
They
more
managed it
chances.
so
That was
well, to be
accepted.
fair to him,
That
yeah.
was going to happen. They were going to have more chances.
Yeah,
But-
because the spine of Tottenham's team was
100%.
gone. Yeah,
But
they had a
Basuma,
whole.
Basuma's been
yeah,
phenomenal,
Madison,
hasn't
Probably been
Madison
their
and
best
Van der
player.
Ven, obviously
Sa's
we
been
already
really
spoke
good.
about combined.
Mm.
Just got that goal, and straight away, Son and Madison within the next 5 minutes off. Just
Yeah.
sat back.
Yeah, he don't mess about.
He's not
does
messing about.
I really like Pascal.
There's a lot of
So
managers
do
that
I.
would have gone.
I really like
I
Spurs.
can't take
Really like
I can't
Spurs.
take off my 2 best players because I'm going to get hate if we then go and concede and we've got nobody on the pitch to score.
Oh yeah, he don't fear that at
No.
all. He trusts. He backs himself. Doesn't
He backs
Which I
himself.
really like.
Which
yeah,
I like because if they kept Son and Madison on, they'd have conceded.
Definitely.
I really like the Kira's family are Spurs fans, so I can have a soft spot for them because they're class.
You're allowed to
I've
join
never.
them.
Yeah,
I've-
I love it. Yeah.
Like a lot of likable players. I think.
Yeah,
Yeah.
since-
Oh, so much. Even before, I think they had a lot of likable players
Same.
as well.
Oh, 100%.
Ericsson, Dembele, Son.
No,
Okay, I'm just telling you who I liked.
I don't like.
It was what?
No,
well,
I like Son.
since we won the league,
Oh, you
obviously,
don't
it
like
was
Son,
us
so you
versus
can't
them.
become his leg.
We've
He
never
even
really.
cried
even
and
it
got
was
more
Aurier.
sympathy. Well, it was both.
Yeah.
Yeah. But then Son cried and got more sympathy
Yeah.
than Andre Gomez is, which
That's
I think
true.
was just.
I really like Son.
And he also kicks players and not get sent off because he's cautionary. So
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah, but no. Go back to Declan Rice, because that was what we were talking about last. I think what really surprised me with Declan Rice is like how good he's been in like a new role. Because when he was at, I know he did a lot of number 6 work, but I think we always said when he was at West Ham, I said it anyway. Like I always said like his best position was that like Roman ball carrying it. But this year at Arsenal, he's been that first phase receiver, dropping deep into the back four, receiving it, and picking players out within that Arsenal midfield, and he's done it so well. Like he is unbelievable.
he suits their
really
system
good.
really well.
So well, and I think as if you're an England fan, you're loving seeing Rice at Arsenal in that position. Like,
England have got some great.
yeah, because you're seeing Rice in that 6, and then you're seeing Bellingham do well, and you're seeing Foden play more centrally now. That's your midfield. There's your
Foden
midfield
needs to
next.
play, mate.
Yeah.
Foden really needs to play every single minute. of every
Yeah,
game.
can we talk about that? We said
Uh,
this in the community shield. We didn't start. I said,
Foden was pretty shite against Arsenal though.
Well, they all were. City were pretty shit.
He was.
oh, the whole. Can we?
particularly
That
quite bad.
was a
was
really
terrible.
underwhelming game. It was like a game. It was like a really
It
bad
always
game of
happens,
chess
though.
because they were just trying to. They were trying to.
They're figuring each other
outthink
out
each
for
other.
80 minutes.
Hmm?
They're figuring each other out for 80 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it was
It
two.
was
It was two
always
really
gonna be a
good
goal like
teams
that.
out of possession. So they're really well set up, but then they're really good on the ball. But then they were so well set up off the ball that when they were good on the ball, they couldn't really do anything.
Miss
with it.
Rodri.
Oh,
that's
Yeah,
clear,
he is their
They
MVP.
win with Rodri.
Yeah,
to be
he's
honest.
their MVP.
They
Right,
they
but
because
he's one of the
without
best players in
Rodri
the
there,
world.
they were
Top three.
they
definitely.
City
Without
was
doubt.
so scared to overcommit
Best
going
midfielder in the
forward
world by a
because
mile.
they didn't have that they didn't have that protection going back. They've like
And
you
they
don't
didn't
have
help
Rodri
that
in front of that
Kovacic
back
was
three.
very erratic that game as well. Very good football.
How
Should have
he
got
did
sent
not-
off.
How did
100%.
You had him, and then you had a young lad next to him.
Rico Lewis.
He's watched him going.
Rico was brilliant.
twice now.
Well,
Rico
yeah,
Lewis was
that-
good though.
That
Rico
Yeah,
first
it's
one,
very good. Yeah,
if
it's
it's
good,
if
yeah,
it's not a red card, that first tackle, he can't make another foul.
And then he made
And
another
he got
challenge.
away
at
with
potential- yeah.
a definite yellow card
You know,
tackle.
we were on
Yeah.
the Postecoglou thing. Like, Postecoglou looks at me and he goes, just text him off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Text him.
That the
Yeah,
ref
but-
the ref bottled that big time,
Yeah, did you?
and obviously
Bottled it
Kovacic was
massively.
Well, if they don't want to be the one that
Kovacic
makes
was
the big
never going to
decision,
come
do they?
back out after half time.
Yeah, they want VAR to make the decision so the referee can go, oh, well, VAR made it for me. Yeah.
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, but the issue with that is, I think VAR had enough doubt to say he's not made a clear and obvious error, so we can't send him off.
Yeah,
I
well,
can't believe the first
That's
one
where
was
the
a
grey
straight
area
red.
is.
wasn't
VAR,
so clear and obvious,
VAR
was it?
just has to make a decision. This clear and obvious error.
I still think the
Malarkey.
referee has to make a decision. I think the VAR is.
They use VAR as a crutch now, referee.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's what it is. They use it as a crutch because it's.
they were
In
also,
that situation,
and they were
the
also
ref
scared.
should send him off and then go to
Let
VAR.
VAR do it,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, but they
He
were all,
should
they
make
were
the
also
decision.
scared this weekend just because of
The
obviously what
Liverpool thing the
happened
weekend
and
before,
it's-
which was a
yeah, it
crazy
all went-
decision as well.
So they were all so
Glad to
scared.
see it go
and
against them, but
Yeah, we don't need
Could
to talk
happen
about
to a
that,
better
do we?
fan
Everyone's
base.
done
yeah, exactly.
The refs were
Glad it happened to
scared.
Klopp.
I don't get how he's not given a second yellow for that second one because it's late.
I
His
think the
studs
first.
were-
I
his
think
studs were showing again.
The first is a red.
the
The
first
first
is
are red, yeah. The first
is
are red,
yeah.
100%.
It's one of those ones where I think Guy Neville called it an orange card, and I was like, yeah, fine. If it's a yellow, you're like, well, he's got away with one, but I'm okay with it. But if it's a red, you're like, yeah, I'm okay with it.
You can't
yeah.
moan.
I think, I don't know how he didn't go, to be honest.
One of
No,
them
there was
if he
another
gets-
one. It was
crazy.
in
One of them, if he gets a red, it can't be overturned. It's like not overturned. They can't appeal it. They're like, yeah. Well,
Yeah,
The
and if
penalty-
he gets a red, VAR definitely don't do anything about it.
The penalty that Liverpool got at the weekend against Brighton, that's a red card. You can't.
Well,
you
it's
can't
that double jeopardy thing, though,
No,
isn't it? It's
no,
like if
I
you
just
give
watched
away.
football.
it's only double jeopardy if
Sorry,
you
am
make
I
an attempt
thinking
to.
of the Liverpool pen?
What the
should never have
Sabazlai
been a
one,
pen?
where he
Well, he pulled him back.
Wasn't a pen.
If
I
yeah,
don't
but if you
know.
give a
I
penalty,
wanna
you have
say-
to send him off.
I wanna-
He's not made an
wanna
attempt to
wait.
play
I
the
don't know
ball.
why I didn't put £9,000 on Liverpool to get given a pen in that
He's-
game.
he's-
Yeah, I don't know
so
why
if
it
we
didn't
said
happen
it
to
like a
Salah.
week before.
If
didn't
you
we?
if you don't make an attempt to play the ball, double jeopardy don't count. So double jeopardy only takes into effect if you've made an attempt to play the ball.
Well, is that not once again? Like, that's on the referee's decision. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think if you're gonna have, I hate the double jeopardy rule. I think if you give away a penalty and a red card and goal score an opportunity, it's a red and a pen. Simple as that. You made the challenge. You reap the punishments.
Yeah,
but I think double
yeah, but
jeopardy
I
should
think-
be it's a red card and no penalty, or a penalty and no red card.
Problem
you
is,
know
it's
what I mean?
still too much
It's-
interpretation.
yeah, there's-
Yeah,
it's still
individual-
not
the ref,
clear.
the
It's
ref's still got to
it's
make
still
a
quite
decision.
foggy.
Has that player made a genuine attempt to try and play that football? And refs are gonna.
I think
decide
it's a
otherwise
soft penalty, to
sometimes.
be honest.
Which
It's not a pen.
The
It
the
is.
Liverpool against
It
Brighton
is.
where he pulls him, Sabazlai gets pulled back.
I think he does get
haven't
pulled
watched
back
football in a long
particularly.
time. I don't remember.
I don't
Why
know.
do you
I
like
think if you sub
football?
Oslo
I don't
though,
know
you
why
don't
I'm
go
saying
down
that.
there.
I just saw they
next
got
someone
a
from
pen.
Fist.
Knew it was the bullshit. didn't
I
bother
sent it in
doing
the group. I sent it in the group chat. I think.
It looks a bit soft. I don't know if that's me looking at it through a blue tinted glass.
I only saw one
think-
view, which is the first view. I think if I saw it again, it maybe.
Mate,
I'd
yeah,
go against
Well,
it.
we watched it live and there was no complaints from the player that committed the foul. No Brighton player complained. The commentators agreed. Everyone said it was a penalty.
Does that mean it's a penalty?
Well, to me, it looked clear and obvious penalty. And if it's a penalty and he's not
Peter
tried
Drury
to play
thought
the
it was a
ball,
penalty.
You're a bit silly though, mate, aren't you?
that was.
Stop. Go on. Keep going.
But if you're going to give a penalty, then you've got to send him off. They're the rules. But then next week they'll do it to someone else and send him off. It's the
I know.
consistency around
I
VAR
know what
and-
you mean.
yeah,
I know.
it's-
It's not. There's
We're getting
nothing
sidetracked
consistent
anyway,
about
but
refereeing
yeah.
or VAR. And I actually would have no issue if it was human error. But it's when you get when the technology get it wrong, you're like, come on, like this is
it's
what we're paying
embarrassing,
for,
isn't it?
lads.
Yeah, as much as the Liverpool one was a massive cock up, it was human error that one.
Well, that's
Yeah.
that one's unforgivable because it was the VAR on
Good
the lines
process.
that got it wrong. It was actually like the Luis Diaz offside. The technology got it wrong.
No, it didn't. It didn't. So
No,
what
what
happened?
happened?
Have you not seen that?
What?
It weren't the lines that got it wrong. The
They-
lines have deemed he's onside,
They thought the
But
on-field
the-
decision
The
was
VAR
Oh.
they'd
thought
given a
that
goal.
the thing was a
I
goal,
don't
so
know
he
how
says
they
check
thought that.
complete.
But
I don't know why
if the lines
they
they
don't have this on-field decision X. Why
Well,
is it
no.
not- why is it not?
Luis
on-
Diaz scored, instantly went arm offside and ran back to the halfway line. No celebrations, anything.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
they were like,
Absolutely.
"Oh, that's been given."
Ew.
The VAR people, they thought it had been given the goal, so they looked at it and went, "Yeah,
Yeah.
that's fine." Because
So
like, yeah, he's
because-
on
I know what-
side.
The way it
what
worked.
happened,
Yeah,
did
but they-
you-
I don't know
Yeah,
how
was-
they
I was
thought
checked
that.
complete.
I don't know
But
how they
even
thought.
on one of the TV channels, because it never came up on Sky Sports because it happened all that
It
quick.
was being joked.
But on one TV channel, I think it was abroad, it does say checking
Well, like
goal.
beIN Sports or something.
It says checking goal,
CBS. Or something, yeah.
basically saying that the person in the VAR
Goal's
that
been
puts it
given,
on the
that's what's been
screen
assessed. Yeah.
puts the goal's been given. They've all fed that, and then obviously when
Someone
you hear
pressed
the
the wrong button.
recording.
There's been a massive misunderstanding.
I don't think someone's
Yeah.
pressed the wrong button. I think just they
Why
thought the decision wasn't
why
what
do they
been
go? We can't stop it now. Like,
given. Apparently, for like 10-15 minutes after, the referee was contemplating like stopping the game and just going,
Yeah.
right, sorry, we've got to give a goal for that.
I don't know why he did
Seriously?
it.
You've got
Yeah,
to.
he didn't.
He should have. He should have. Yeah, he
even
should
10
have.
seconds after, no one's
But
going to
then
complain.
Spurs
because
fans
they
will
know
allow
it's-
it.
I realised after
Imagine
10
Yeah, but
20
then Spurs
minutes
fans
after
would-
the goal, they go, "Yeah, by the way,
Yeah,
they scored 20 minutes
But
ago."
10 seconds after,
Be a bit
I know
mad, wouldn't
in
it?
Nothing had happened
in
them
the
10
in the
seconds.
stands it might have been a bit of a weird one, and you might have kicked off a little bit.
You'd rather have had the correct decision.
But when you get home and you see it on Twitter and you see he's a yard
And
on
Spurs
side,
fans
Oh,
would've
more than
understood
that.
it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was crazy.
you're not going to complain.
No,
It was funny.
Just because he's
it
kicked,
was.
just because he's taking a free kick and passed it sideways, don't mean you can't stop
Yeah,
the
the
game.
game's not been affected, have it? It's
But
not
yeah,
like
that's-
someone scored.
So basically, what's happened there? The ref was then too scared to get a bollocking, but he's always going to get. He was always
It
going to
weren't-
get one. So
so-
he was like, "I can't stop the favour play. The
To be fair,
different
it's
phase
not
of
the
the
ref's
ref."
fault, though, either.
If
It's
the
the
referee starts the
VAR.
game for VAR like
not
all
the
the
ref's
time
fault.
in the middle of the game, I've seen it loads.
It's not the
but
ref's
he
fault at
shouldn't.
all.
Yeah.
Not
but
the
he's-
ref's fault.
when a VAR check's going on, the game should be completely stopped. But he let it go, so he didn't want to go back and get a bollocking for doing that because different phase of play. Whatever
But
they call
I
it.
don't
Well,
think
it was
there's anything
the-
wrong
it
with
was
him
the-
going,
yeah,
The
Oh,
process
oh,
is- you're not
yeah.
allowed to pull it back after.
Yeah.
I
Well, that's
actually
what I'm
think
saying,
I actually
but-
think for
It's not
every
his fault.
decision the referee makes, the VAR lad should be looking at while
I
players
know it's
going
not
on
his
and going,
fault,
yeah,
but-
stop play. Yeah, we're gonna go back for that
Yeah,
decision.
that's the point. We're not allowed to. That's
That's
why.
what
yeah,
I'm
which,
saying.
which,
It's
which,
not
yeah,
allowed
which I
to.
feel like
Yeah.
I think that would fix it, and I
I
think
agree,
this,
it's stupid. But
and I feel like a lot of people complaining this year about VAR being like, oh, we'll have to wait so much for VAR. I was like, well, if you just keep playing on while VAR happens, they'll let you know to continue
there should
playing
be a
or to stop the
30-second
play.
window,
Yeah.
really. Once play's resumed, where you can go, oh no, actually, we're not happy with that.
Yeah, we've taken a third look
But
at it. Hold
then-
on, we've
Yeah.
seen a different angle. We're
But
gonna
it
go
did
back.
take them back long
But
anyway.
I was gonna
and
say, like,
still
you
got it
can't
back.
really be like 2 minutes.
Yeah,
Looking
because
at
what if
it,
someone
and then
scores? Yeah,
2
yeah.
minutes looking at it.
That's what's a feature.
Something
So you do 2
massive
minutes
could
looking at
happen.
the decision. You go, yeah, that's fine. Then you go, oh wait, no. Like kind of
Yeah,
another look.
if
30
you have
seconds later, it'd be a bit
Even
of a
that
piss
30
take.
seconds while the ball's still in play, somebody could then go absolutely 2 foot and break his leg. But actually, we're now going to go back to something
That's
2
the
minutes
issue,
later in
isn't
the
it?
game
But
where
then people are still moaning
That
about
was-
how
it-
long the
it-
process
it's the
takes.
same with like
Yeah.
offsides. You know, like
Yeah,
you know the
when they have the
linesman
flag
knows someone's
down,
offside, and then he
yeah.
puts his flag up and the ball goes out.
I hate that.
Everyone goes like, well, what if like, oh, Anthony Elanga, because first place came to my head. What if he just got
Goes
got
through, keeper
snapped?
wipes him
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
breaks
got
his neck.
snapped in the corner or
Yeah.
whatever, and then the linesman's like, oh, it was offside anyway, so I could have prevented that by putting my flag up earlier. It's
Gets decapitated.
It happens all the time.
yeah, Wayne Hennessy
Every
chops
week.
his head off.
well, Onana did do it a couple of weeks ago.
Yeah, he
didn't
tried his eyes too, didn't he?
he? But yeah, VAR is obviously a topic you could probably talk about for hours.
Oh god, yeah.
I
So,
remember
I
a
might do
lag
my
being
dissertation on it
killed.
now. Actually,
Yeah.
just how much I hate it.
Yeah.
But
Why
yeah.
Joe Log hates VAR.
Let's not talk about it.
Yeah. Okay.
But yeah,
We'll have
I-
more
I
fun.
think
Funny.
that's all we can talk about. Has any team impressed us so far?
What, bar the obvious?
Yeah, bar the. I
Bar
think
the top-
Spurs have
Don't
really
say,
impressed
don't
me,
say
yeah.
Spurs,
Um,
basically.
I think
Man-
their standards were quite
hey,
low
Man
coming
City
into the
have been
season.
alright, haven't they? Fucking hell.
I'm not even just saying Everton have really impressed me.
Yeah.
To be honest.
But that's a fair shot. And I think Burnley have really unimpressed me. So have Bournemouth.
Yeah.
I kind of had high hopes.
Bournemouth.
of
I'd, yeah,
Bournemouth,
I'd rather
They make
do.
great signs
I'd
as
rather
well,
do who's really unimpressed me. 'Cause,
Yeah.
like, there's a
Players
lot of
and
teams.
teams, or
Yeah,
just-
players and teams.
Just
So,
just
the
spit
team
one,
that I'm
just-
most
yeah.
disappointed for is definitely Bournemouth. I
Yeah.
was like,
because the signings have made.
the signings
Ariel,
are-
yeah.
I was like,
Kirkus at
and they're
left back,
shocking.
unbelievable. They are
They're
shocking.
shocking.
So bad.
I've actually been impressed with Palace. They haven't got great results, but they've got
Just steady now.
with
aren't
what
they?
they have,
Yeah.
they're doing pretty well.
Steady.
Because at least
Pretty
they've been
solid.
injured.
Ninth.
Zaha,
Yeah.
Zaha's out. They've done quite well.
Done well to keep hold of both centre halves as well.
Exactly. Joachim Anderson has been mustard this season.
He's
He's
so
been
good.
so good.
Yeah.
Scored a really good goal. He
Yeah.
just does.
Very good goal.
Yeah.
Player
centre-back
player
should
who's
do that.
really unimpressed me. That's tough. Grealish this season's been He's a bit crap.
I haven't got the minutes though.
Don't play, yeah.
Hasn't got the minutes.
I think it's hard to say
Started
City
most
play
of the
because we
games.
just don't. Yeah, well, I don't know. I think Grealish,
Haaland, who hadn't scored 20
Grealish
yet.
looks worse
No,
because
yeah,
Doku's come in and made
yeah,
such a
started
big
most of
impact
the
straight
games.
away.
He's only played 4 games. Grealish.
Yeah.
Did he start the start of the season? Though?
Started 2
Yeah.
games.
At the start of the season?
Yeah.
And then Doku's the revolution, mate.
He is
He's
good too.
unbelievable,
He
by the
is.
way.
Yeah.
He's so good.
He's just
He's
runs.
so relentless. Like, did you see the other day against Arsenal? He had
Yeah.
like 5 dribbles,
Dribble.
0 completed.
He's
There was
got
that,
fat
there was
on
that one
his
where he
snap.
come on and in 1 minute he
Yeah.
already completed a dribble.
No, it was 10 seconds.
Yeah.
He came off the bench, ran
Yeah.
down the line. It's like, fair enough.
Yeah,
He loves a dribble.
it's a good baby.
I can't think of any player that's
Tim
really
Duncan's crying.
unimpressed.
Ahmedovich for Sheffield United.
Oh
Fucking
my
more
God,
solid than
he
is.
is-
He's terrible.
Oh yeah.
Absolutely horrific.
I made a big case to try and sign him. If
I
he was
think
He's
we
not
talked
gonna
about
jump,
was
he's just
beating
terrible.
records, winning 8-0 with 8 different goals.
It's not really hard when you're playing against kids. Like, you know, like, it's no achievement playing against probably the worst Premier League side ever.
All right, you go bit your mate on that, man. All right.
We'll lose it. No.
at least it weren't 9, was it? We keep our record for another.
What's what happened to that, right? Well, we have that.
Yeah,
right
but
as
we
well.
have it.
You
We've
did it
kept it.
against 10 men. They
No,
did
we
it
have it
man
as
to
well.
half.
We went so that 9-0.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Yeah.
they had 2 men.
I
to
meant
half.
we.
Ah.
Leicester, sorry.
God,
But,
Brug's
yeah.
in
That
house.
was fucking
Yeah.
cringe, wasn't
Mighty
it?
cute, lads.
You could have been 10-0 easily.
We
It
have
should
it
been
against
12.
two teams.
It
though,
should have been
so-
12.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, there's not really been a player that I thought was good as has been shite, really.
No,
Doesn't mean.
it's tough.
Oh, Nana probably, if I'm being honest. I expect.
Yeah,
but I guess like,
but
you
You're
look at
going to
the
say that because he's
Yeah,
on
you-
the line
you
line,
look-
he's
you
at
look-
United,
you look at
so
the
you're
rest of
gonna
the
see
team and
him
Yeah,
more.
stuff,
I'm
yeah.
more thinking players that were good last season in the Prem and now are shite.
Well, like Casemiro then. Probably.
Yeah,
Yeah.
him.
Actually,
Yeah,
probably the
100%.
example.
Yeah,
right,
100%. Yeah.
Yeah, that's probably the best
Anyone
one.
else? No, I can't think of
There
it.
isn't really anyone, is there?
Not what jumps to mind. Havertz is obviously still terrible.
Obviously.
So bad.
So bad.
That was the funniest signing.
65
So
million.
funny.
Oh.
Could we
That's
all
the
went-
heist of the century. Goodbye, Anthony Gordon.
Yeah, Anthony
Before he
Gordon.
asked
They
the
could have
heist
got
of
a
the century.
genuine.
Yes,
They could have
yeah.
got a genuine complete striker for that amount
We
of money.
weren't pleased.
People wonder why Chelsea.
But no, we're gonna try and play this man at
30
striker.
mil for Mount and Havertz. Do you know what I mean?
Ah, mine's been. Yeah, I know what you mean though.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that.
He's so bad
So
at.
bad.
It's when they gave him the penalty against Bournemouth. I couldn't stop laughing. It was like, why'd you give him the penalty?
Benny Ben.
Big star.
Big star,
Yeah,
Ben.
Big star. Speed.
The celebration.
Yeah, but
as well.
the thing is about Havertz, right? He's just. Oh,
It's so weird 'cause he's such a good footballer, but he's so bad.
But I feel like
so
the only
good.
things he's like really good at are like
The
his
one
first touch.
Yeah.
They're like he's not really quick. He's not a good finisher. He's not this elite level passer.
He's big, but he's terrible.
Yeah, he's
isn't
not
he?
really strong.
He's
just,
the lankiest bloke.
yeah, he
of all
hasn't.
time.
He just hasn't got it. I don't think there's just so many things missing for him. He has these little details like his movement's good. His
Yeah.
first touch is good. Like he's
On the
decently
turn, he's
creative.
alright.
I don't know, but he lacks
He'll probably
so
go to the
many
Serie A and
things.
score like 45 goals.
Yeah, go
for
back
the-
to the
no,
Bundesliga where
he'll
there's
go
about
back to
10
Leverkusen,
yards of
yeah.
space for
When-
every player in the pitch.
When Bayer Leverkusen sell Wirtz for like 100 mil, which they inevitably will do, he'll go back to.
Oh, okay. I thought you were going to say Wirtz is going to be the same as Havertz.
No, Wirtz will
Oh, yeah.
swallow
Yeah,
it.
Wirtz
Wirtz
will be De Bruyne's replacement at
Yeah,
City, I think.
yeah, you'd
Yeah,
imagine.
or Bruno's replacement at United, I hope. No.
Wirtz
I think Wirtz will go Bayern and Musiala will go City.
Yeah, I hope not.
No, I can't see that. I think Musiala will be at Dortmund for pretty much the rest of
Dortmund.
Go to Dortmund.
No, sorry.
Dortmund.
What's going
Musiala
on?
go to Dortmund.
Yeah, that'd be really weird.
Plays for Bayern, mate.
Yeah, maybe they'll swap with Bellingham.
Yeah, yeah.
No, but Havertz, he really annoys me because it just
Why is
really
he so bad?
Why would he annoy you? He's always
because he's
been
just really
shite.
bad at everything, and it's like, just people keep telling me that he's like, oh yeah, but you can play
He's
here.
biomechanics.
Yeah, well,
Can't play anywhere. He
yeah,
can't play anywhere.
yeah, but he's gonna play on the left half space.
Oh, that.
Look, I love my half space. I love the intricate details of the game. I love my
It's
tactical
so
analysis.
gay.
I love that. I love that side of the game. I really do. But they were trying to shoehorn him as this like left side midfielder. It's like, he hasn't got the physical qualities. He hasn't got the technical qualities. Like he's not. I don't
They
think
tried to
he's
make
not.
him
He's not press
the Xhaka
resistant.
replacement.
Yeah, he's
Such an
not
edgy
press
signing,
resistant.
isn't
I don't think he's that good of a passer. I don't think his final ball's that good. He doesn't have it physically to play in that role. He's also not good enough up front.
Do you see the assist?
The number 10 position doesn't really
Doesn't
exist
exist.
anymore. Oh,
He
yeah.
got an assist against City where it's just hit him and rolled out.
Yeah, yeah.
Martinelli.
Oh, it's horrible. It's really, really
Yeah,
bad.
it's really
And
funny though.
you know what? Arteta was really like determined
Oh,
to
he
make
loved
him
it, didn't
good.
he?
Yeah.
Do you think
Edgy.
it was Arteta signing him?
Yeah, 100%.
Do you think he
Yeah.
was like?
Yeah, because he looked at him and went, I'm going to save
He
him.
wanted to do what Pep does. You know, I'm going to take him.
Arteta's
Yeah,
slowly
I'm going to
time.
save him, yeah.
Arteta's slowly become one of the most unlikable managers in the entire league.
I
He's
thought
slowly.
so-
I thought he was unlikable at
Slowly.
the start of last season.
yeah, like
I think if he didn't do YouTube videos, I'd dislike him more. But I see him in like Theo Baker's videos. He's
so-
quite funny. Like, yeah, I'm like, he's pretty signed. But then I see him in the sign, and I'm just like, oh, God, he's a knob,
Just
isn't he?
stay
Knob.
still.
Yeah.
Just, I don't get it, but anyway.
Yeah.
What about?
I hope
what
someone
about-
two-foots him.
What about?
It's not like
No.
Mario there.
What about
Sorry, go
the
on.
goalkeeper situation also?
Oh,
Oh, Raya's better than Ramsdale.
it is.
Yeah.
Ramsdale's off to Newcastle, mate.
Yeah. Yeah, no, Raya is better. I think at like a lot of things, he's better. Like, he's probably one of the best keepers in the league at collecting crosses. His long distance pass and thing, pass under pressure is a little bit
He
big.
worked
He was a
better
bit
at Arsenal,
ropey
mate.
against City.
Oh,
to be
yeah,
fair.
against
When he turned
seems-
into his own goal, I
Yeah.
was like, what are you doing?
But it's
Yeah.
like, I think, yeah, probably
But I
long term it's better for Arsenal. But
I
it
think
was
he's
just
an
the way it
overall.
happened.
He's a
and
better shot stopper
the
as
way
well.
and when it happened was the bit that shocked a few people.
Yeah, he's a
Just
better
how it just-
sweeper. Yeah, because it probably wasn't
It's
needed
again
at the time because
Arteta being
Ramsdale was
edgy.
doing okay.
Yeah.
It's Arteta being
Yeah.
edgy, like, I need
He
two
put him in
personal-
for one
No,
game
but
on the
I think
weekend.
Arteta was looking at like how Ramsdale performed at the end of last season when Ramsdale was having a couple. There were a couple of results where
What good, like that bad, so you have to spend 50
No,
million? It's fine.
they
Ramsdale's
aren't
very
signing
good.
right. It's a loan, but I don't think the obligation to buy is that much.
It'll be a lot.
It's like 20 something.
It's
isn't
20
it?
something.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
20
No, it
something.
is.
Yeah,
It's like 20.
it is.
It's like
But
20 million.
Brentford are the biggest.
No, it's like
mongs
20 million.
ever. How have they not got more?
There must be like he only must have a year left in his
I bet it
contract.
was that.
Breton,
Yeah, but he's only 20
Yeah.
million.
fucking
It's
idiots.
brilliant. And Spurs had 35 million rejected by Brentford.
Oh well, they're
Yeah.
smart,
Yeah.
aren't they? They are
And I think-
clever.
Yeah, everyone thought then Ramsdale would jump into the Champions League spot, and then when Raya
Oh, like
ended up
Bravo and Ter Stegen
Yeah,
for
and then
Barcelona
I
years
do
ago.
feel
Yeah.
bad for him.
when
No,
Raya
so
got
do
named in the
I. I like
Champions League as
Ramsdale.
well, then everyone was like, "Oh, hang on a minute, he's fully."
I feel bad
swapped
for
it
him, but
round
he
here
is
and then, yeah.
collecting about 80 grand a week, so I don't really.
Well,
More than
Probably
that,
more than
mate.
that, yeah.
Probably
Uh,
double that.
Do you think?
Yeah.
160
Yeah.
grand for? But he came from Sheffield
Yes.
United. He wouldn't
Mate.
have been on that much.
He-
So he's not going to go from like probably what
Ooh.
Do you want me to find out?
25, 30 to
Think you-
160.
No,
I
No,
doubt
but
it.
I think
Keep
think you'd be
talking. I'll
surprised.
find
I
I doubt
actually
it.
I think it's really smart from Arsenal, to be honest. I like it. It's quite cutthroat. I think that's
I
what
think it's
that's what.
cringe.
I
I
think-
think it's edgy. I think
No, I
it's just
think-
a bit pointless.
It's not pointless. He's a better goalkeeper.
No, but it's one of them like that.
No,
I think
no upgrade could be deemed pointless, can it?
Yeah.
No, but it wasn't that
just
much.
did it.
of an
I
upgrade,
think it's
but
a
it was
sign
like,
of an elite level manager.
I think we
to
just
go,
did it in a
no.
weird way.
Yeah, but it wasn't that much of a gap in quality where it's like, yeah, that's.
But then when you can make little upgrades, you make little upgrades. You know what I mean? I don't know if there are any like world class
120K,
goal.
There you go.
He's on what?
120.
And that'll be
50%
incentivized
double.
by Champions League bonuses and stuff.
Yeah,
as
and
well.
Carl Havertz is on
When he doesn't play.
280.
And Casemiro's like 350. So. But no, I quite like it. From my side, I think it's quite cutthroat. I think he was looking at
Well, he knows
Ramsey and
what's
going,
best for
I
his
can
team,
upgrade
doesn't
it. And I think he was looking at the goalkeepers and going, you know what, I don't know if I can upgrade him straight away. So we're looking at this goalkeeper who will probably go somewhere else next summer. So I'll get him now.
Yeah.
Because you probably
Yeah,
would
I
have got
think it
probably
is.
would have got Raya this next summer.
Mm,
You know, if he
Maybe.
stayed at Brentford, he
Yeah.
probably would have gone
Eddie
somewhere.
Howe's racist. He only likes English players. So.
Don't please don't.
Ah.
Goodbye.
Those are the words of Thomas Hammond. No, but you know what I mean. He probably would have gone somewhere. So I think Arteta saw the opportunity at the end of the summer and went, "Yeah, we can get him if we can get him for a cheap price." Because I'm sure they negotiated with Brentford beforehand and went, "Yeah, we can do a loan.
Well,
We'll get the personal details
They wouldn't have made it
sorted."
if they weren't feasible.
Yeah, I think
100%.
it was really. I quite like it, to be honest.
And they'll probably get 25 mil for Ramsdale when he goes as well. So
Probably
More
more,
than
yeah,
that.
30, 35.
They'll-
Yeah,
He's
they'll-
English, so
they'll
you're not-
last for
yeah
50.
English and young.
It makes
Like
sense.
24,
I
isn't
can
he?
almost guarantee they'll last
Yeah.
for 50.
They won't.
Probably
They'll
they'll ask for
start
40.
out
I'd
at
probably
50.
ask
I
for
reckon they get 35.
Yeah.
Well, it might.
I think someone will pay. I think we'd pay more than that.
Yeah, but I think he'd love it up at Newcastle too. I think your fans would fall in love with him.
Yeah.
He's the type of player where he like because he loves getting involved with the fans and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah, he'll turn to the Gallagher at the end after saving a penalty or something, or after he's winning, do
yeah.
the
I'd
fist
love
bump
it.
wall. And
I've always liked it.
I like Ramsey as well. He
He's a
always
bit
comes
theatrical, but-
across and stuff.
Or like
Comes
take
across
his
in
top
videos
off,
and
like,
off the
Newcastle
pitch really
fans
well,
do
so.
for
I
the
think
whole
he's
game.
suit our squad perfectly.
For those that are riding Ramsey being the number
Makes
one,
no
this is a good
sense.
situation to be in.
Oh, Pickford's way better than Ramsdale.
Of course,
Oh,
he is.
yeah.
Thank you.
For
He's
England,
definitely England number
for
one as well.
England,
Oh, I
yeah.
used to hate that, mate. I hate that.
For anyone.
Yes.
For anyone. You just don't watch
They're
Everton. That's the
clean.
reason you're saying no, they're not.
They are-
for
they
anyone,
are
he's a better
close. It's-
keeper.
No.
I think
I
it's
feel like
90 they're not
the-
close.
Yeah, they hate the Pickford guy. He's quite
Pickford wins you
overrated, yeah.
5 times as more games than Ramsdale
Pickford's
does.
quite overhated.
I thought you said overrated.
Pickford
Oh,
wins
no.
5 times
I
more
like-
games
I
than
love
People
Ramsdale.
assume
I think he's
Pickford's as
brilliant.
bad as he was 5 years ago, which
Yeah.
is mad, because you wouldn't do that for any other player.
Yeah,
People don't watch him and just go, oh, good for England, shit for club.
yeah.
He was 5 years ago. Happens all the time on Twitter. So
No,
I think
I
it's
know
closer
what you
than
mean.
you. I think Pickford is probably better, but I don't think it's the gap between Ramsdale and Pickford's that massive.
you just
I
said he
think
wasn't good for Everton, though.
No, but then as a Thorban, he probably is. Well, no, of course he's good for Everton. He pretty much always has been.
Oh, no, he hasn't.
Yeah, no,
He's
I agree
terrible-
with you. The gap
terrible
not
at
being
start
bigger,
back.
but I
Oh,
think
yeah.
Pickford's definitely the number one.
That year when
100%.
in the Merseyside derby where it's bounced off his bar twice, and
Yeah, and
That
that's,
year he
and
was-
that's the only
weren't
game
good.
Pickford people seem
yeah,
to watch.
but everyone remembers it. That's the
That's
issue.
what- yeah, that's
yeah,
the issue.
Merseyside derby.
Because
Yeah,
people don't watch it.
It's
and
always
then just go,
Merseyside derby, it seems, at Anfield. And then there was a one, was it 2 years
Wait,
ago,
do you know
where it
what-
just came out and just stood
It's
there.
bound to happen. It's probably the most high pressure situation any Everton player is going to be in, playing the Merseyside derby at
The
Anfield.
scrutiny he gets, people just don't like him. So
it was
he
just,
just
it was
gets loads of
awkward
shit.
too, coming off the bar. He kind of had, you know, it was one of
Yeah.
those where do you comfort or
How
not
much do you
comfort.
see
It was,
that
it was
you
quite
don't-
unlucky.
You don't see the ball do that
Keepers
very
don't
often
face
where it
that
hits
in
the
their
bar
entire career.
twice.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
Yeah,
How often do you see a ball hit the bar, then hit
And
the
that was
bar again?
also 5 years ago.
literally, yeah.
So, you know,
Yeah.
players can
Was that actually
improve.
5
Yeah,
years?
it's
Yeah.
2018.
Oh
Players
my
can improve in
God.
5
Crazy.
years, weirdly.
Yeah, I was a Origi season. It was
Strange.
18-19, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, when
22.
Origi came off the bench for 20 seconds and scored a brace.
Yeah.
Just absolutely
Yeah.
hate.
No, but we're going to finish the podcast with a little
Oh,
bit with something that we're going to introduce this year, and it's something to do with what we were talking
Something
about.
we see on Twitter.
Yeah, it's something we see on Twitter. It's
Something
just
that
it's just
isn't our
ranking. So
idea.
you see them on Twitter
Wait,
all the
there's
time.
still
It's like
things.
rank these 4 players, or pick your striker duo, or pick your front 3, and you just have to it's a list of players, and you have to rank them or pick your best front 2. So today Mason's going to put it up on screen now. So it's you can only choose 2 for the perfect strike duo. And the players are Lewandowski, Darwin Núñez, Ibrahimovic, Harry Kane, Rashford, Lautaro Martinez, Erling Haaland, Cristiano Ronaldo, Karim Benzema, Sergio Aguero, Kylian Mbappe, Victor Osimhen, Dusan Vlahovic, and Luis Suarez.
He went Lewandowski, Núñez, Ibrahimovic.
Who invited my man?
How the
Yeah,
fuck are
right.
you
Come
there?
on.
Where's Rashford
Núñez
the
is a
striker
no.
debate? Yeah, so
Lautaro Martinez is a no. I think.
Yeah, obviously.
what? What did you say?
He's so Lautaro Martinez.
No.
You're picking
Ibrahimovic
Lautaro
is
Martinez?
retired,
No,
so
he's a
no.
no. He's a no.
Oh,
I
oh.
don't think.
I thought you
Yeah,
picked
my-
Lautaro
I
Martinez.
think no. I didn't.
My
I'm not
front
going
two
to
is
pick him.
Darwin Núñez.
He's
and
far.
Lautaro
He's
Martinez.
far from clinical enough to
Are we
be on that
taking into
list, I think.
consideration Alvin actually plays for two?
Yes,
Yes,
yeah, that's the whole thing.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, Mbappe's
Oh,
probably got to be in there, hasn't he?
And Dusan Vlahovic is incredibly
Mbappe
overrated, by
and
the way.
Yeah.
Lewandowski.
Mbappe and Kane.
Boom.
Can you imagine
Yeah.
that? Boom, get the ball. Boot it to Kane's head. Flick it over. Mbappe.
Oh,
But mine's
there was,
like
a, there,
similar, mine's
right,
like
there was a
Lewandowski, actually.
Matthias Tell. It's very off topic. We're talking about
So
Harry Kane.
good.
Matthias Tell scored the other day for Bayern
Yeah.
Munich, and the clip started with Kim Min Jae playing the ball out from the back. Harry Kane was the first
Smacking the ball at
receiver.
Kane, yeah.
Harry Kane was playing as the 6. Oh,
loves
he
it.
he is
He
he is
loves it.
he is
He don't
taking the mick
care
in that
over there.
league.
Oh, yeah. 'cause
Yeah.
their
What's his stat?
defence
He got
is
8
terrible.
goals, 8 games, 3 assists.
So-
Yeah, I think he's the best striker in the world.
It's Kane. I think Kane and Mbappe as a front two makes the most sense.
I think Harry Kane's the best striker in the world.
I'm just gonna say Lewandowski to be a bit different. So not all
I don't think he's just.
I'm gonna
good
say
as good.
I would have a shout
in
for
the
Harry
air.
Kane and Erling Haaland, and maybe Harry Kane and Luis Suarez.
Yeah, Kane's the catalyst for to let
Yeah.
someone else in the game.
But I
agree with
also
that.
quite like someone like Karim Benzema as a facilitative striker.
Yeah, but he's not as good as what Kane is good.
No,
at.
Ibrahimovic is a facilitative striker.
I think.
I don't
want
Yeah, but I think
Aguero,
both-
Ronaldo.
the
would
argument
be
with
nice.
Benzema and Ibrahimovic is almost they'll play by themselves.
Yeah, can you play Haaland and Ibrahimovic? That'd be quite nice.
I think they'd scrap each other.
That'd be awful.
They get into each other's space.
They start
awful.
scrapping
Yeah,
each
It's
bro,
too
other.
yeah.
similar. That's
I
why
just-
Mbappe's a good catalyst, and that's why Kane's
Yeah.
a good catalyst. It's a different-
Yeah, Kane drifting it. Mbappe would just play the Son role where he's drifting in from the left hand side.
literally.
Yeah, me and Legs both agree. Kane and Mbappe. Bosh, right? Used to.
I've already said mine.
What were they?
He said all
Lewandowski
that,
and
okay.
Mbappe.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, fine.
Mason?
Mbappe
had-
just
when I-
so-
when I
It's
first looked at
Mbappe and one of them two.
When I
ain't it?
first looked at it, I had Kane and Haaland, but now I think about it, Kane and Mbappe drifting in from the left hand side. Yeah,
Yeah, it's Mbappe.
One
and
day, eh?
one of them
Yeah.
two. I think.
yeah. One day for my United.
Uh,
We're signing him in 3 years for 50 million. I'm gonna
So
sign
Mbappe doesn't go around
35-year-old
being
Harry Kane.
gobsmacked.
Yes.
Pardon?
If Mbappe doesn't go Real Madrid in his lifetime, I'll be gobsmacked.
Yeah.
He would at some point.
He
Yeah,
has
I think
to.
he'll go this summer.
Haley did an interview. They were like
On
talking,
a free.
Haley was talking about how they
He
thought
will.
he was.
Yeah, I
coming.
know, but
Yeah,
it's
he will.
stupid, ain't it?
Yeah, he will.
Someone like that
Look,
can go
Mbappe
to
told
free.
from his going. Didn't he?
Yeah.
He said, "I'm coming."
Yeah.
Refuse
And then they try to
signing
make him
Newcastle.
director of football.
You pick the starting lineup. Like,
Yeah.
Who's gonna play?
Yeah.
Who's right back?
Right, who do you say?
Well, Mbappe and one of them two. I'm not really.
Mbappe and who?
Kane and Lewandowski.
Ah, you gotta pick someone different.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Lewandowski, Keane.
Aguero and Kane would be nice.
I said Aguero and
Yeah.
Ronaldo, which would be cool.
I think Keane and Osimhen would be quite decent too.
No one putting Nunes in. No.
Captain
Unfortunately-
Chaos. It was close.
How is he
Captain
there?
Chaos.
How the hell is he there? And then like, if he's in there, where's Callum Wilson? Where's Isak?
Yeah, like
Where's-
Vlahovic shouldn't be in there really.
Where's
Vlahovic
No,
is so overrated, by the way.
Oh,
He's
yes,
really.
he is.
He's not bad.
If
but
he
he's,
came to the
he's
Prem,
not a world-class
people
striker.
would
Yeah.
realise how
It's
shite
like,
he is.
Vlahovic and Nunes shouldn't be in there.
It's like Skamaka.
Get my man
ain't it?
Hoyland in there.
Everyone's thought Skamaka's the
He's
next
been,
my
really,
man,
he's been the
Awoniyi.
shining light of the season. At least we have Hoyland. Man United could be terrible this year, but at least we got Hoyland.
Where's Awoniyi? Fucking hell, where is it?
I like Hoyland.
He's very good.
Yeah, I like Awoniyi.
Obviously.
He's really deceptively
I'd have-
very fast.
I'd have Awoniyi over
Should we see if
Nunes.
they've got any
I
more
would.
tweets like this? See if we've got anything else.
Yeah,
New
probably.
football tweet. Just,
I
just
saw
a
one.
quick one. To
Bale,
to
Hazard,
There you go.
Salah,
Sanchez
Salah,
and-
yeah,
Salah Sanchez.
yeah. He just
There's
had
Salah?
to
Well, there's one here.
speak the knobhead.
You got to make.
You're just
perfect
ruining next week's
midfield three.
podcast.
Go on, mate.
Go on,
A
because
perfect
we did that one
midfield
quick.
three
We'll do this one. Pick your
For
midfield
these
three.
Is
six.
that Aouar? Oh, no, it's
And
not.
Mason's going to put the picture up, the tweet up right now.
Am I?
I'll have a look as well.
Yeah.
Pirlo, Xavi, Scholes, Gerrard, Iniesta, Lampard.
What we do?
Make your perfect
Iniesta
three.
has to be in there.
Iniesta,
A perfect
Xavi,
midfield.
Scholes.
Yeah, probably. Because all the Barcelona's
Brilliant.
players were saying.
Oh
that.
no! I think if you want to make it work, because Busquets in there, you get the next best thing: Pirlo, Xavi, Iniesta. But I really want Scholes to be in there.
I don't want.
But-
Xavi and Iniesta has to be two of them.
Yeah,
Just
Xavi 100%.
simple.
Iniesta definitely.
Iniesta was better than Xavi, mate.
Iniesta
was
I love
much
Gerrard.
better.
Why not?
I think Iniesta had more to his game. I think like
Iniesta
they're
been
they're
very
quite
good.
different roles. They're quite different.
They were,
roles.
but
I
They
like
were.
Gerrard.
Yeah.
Iniesta was better than Xavi. I'll go on record saying that happily.
Anything else on here?
I think it's fair enough. I don't think I could rate one more than the other. I think it's really really tough. I think
I
it's
know
one of the
Iniesta.
closest debates
What?
in football. I
Sorry?
think.
Iniesta better than Xavi.
Yes.
Yeah.
He was.
It's
Played
again though.
different
It's
roles.
like you could say
Yes.
Xavi. I'd go yeah, fair.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Different
Yeah, I
roles,
don't
but
disagree or
it's a
agree.
No,
Oh,
but
yeah,
it's like that's why it's hard to compare them.
So
it's
my,
like,
my midfield three would be but Scholes in those later years as dictator.
Wow.
Yeah.
Can we add our own six to that?
Yeah,
I want
Busquets.
to go Xavi
Yeah.
and Iniesta. No, but I don't want him. I want Gareth Barry.
I want Rodri.
Yeah, Rodri Busquets. Yeah, you're gonna go Rodri, Xavi, and Iniesta. I'm gonna go Busquets, Xavi, and Iniesta. You're gonna go Barry, Xavi, and Iniesta.
No. Morgan Schneiderlin.
Oh,
Xavi
Oh,
and
he
Iniesta.
was.
are we talking
bad.
Southampton years?
Fabian
or-
Delph actually in the last few games for Everton in that relegation season.
And that inverted left back role.
Yeah, somewhere.
Yeah, but that's where we're gonna leave it. So let us know your ranking. So what strike forwards would you go for? What midfield three would you pick? And look forward to next ones. If you
Follow
want to
this
say,
Twitter.
if you want to send any rankings or tag us in any rankings that you see on Twitter that you want us to answer, let us know. Or if you want to create your own rankings or list down below, and we'll rank it for you.
Yeah.
A little bit like we used to do with Ball or No Ball, but that lasted 2 episodes.
And then here's the Twitter. Just
Yeah,
up
the
there.
Twitter, the Instagram, and the
Instagram,
TikTok.
I'm not doing it.
There you are all up there. So make sure you check
Here's
out
Mason's
those.
address.
Follow.
PO box. Mason's address.
Yeah, follow the TikTok on Spotify so you get notified whenever we upload an episode. Get
Not very
subscribed to the YouTube as well, and we will see you next week, guys. Bye bye.
Bye.
Subscribe to the Patreon.